is a blockbuster.
This season is alive!
E for exciting, entertaining, energy, and epic. Tauihi Basketball, rated E.
Kia ora, hello and welcome in for the first time in season 2024 to Cowles Stadium in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. Sky Broadband Rapid League action in the women's competition, and it is the Mainland Pouākai in their grey and red strip up against the Northern Kāhu. Round 3 action. Nick Bewley here with Maya Williamson alongside. Great to be back in the gym, Maya. What have you made of the first couple of rounds of Tauihi basketball?
Oh man, it's been great. It's great to be back here. Like we said, had a good Cowles NBL season, so lovely to be back for some more basketball, and it's been a high quality league. You know, obviously there's been the hype throughout the year about the 5 imports and the quality of inputs we're getting and the doubling the pay and all that good stuff. So it's good to see it all come to fruition. It's been very, very exciting.
Well, here is the Sky Broadband Rapid ladder. And as you can see there, the Kāhu, 2 from 3, sitting at the top, but relatively even, Maya, outside of the Queens being 0-3, but some competitive basketball nonetheless. Pouākai a little bit up and down. Were held to, I think, 14 points it was against the Phi opening night. But then a pretty impressive win, 40 points, or close to 40 points, sorry, in their second game.
Yeah, I guess it's probably just like a lot of the players getting used to actually playing the Rapid League. I don't believe any of them have actually played in that before, so just getting used to Rapid League and the difference it is to an actual normal 5-on-5 regular length game and what comes with that. And like I said, the 14 points was a bit of a tough gig, but managed to find their groove against the Hoiho. Tara Manu just got a little bit more in her rhythm. Shana Barty's been really good for them, and that'll be a missing absence that they'll have tonight, but I think, yeah, they're kind of finding their groove a little bit more.
Well, here is the BNZ Northern Kāhu's starting 5 for this Rapid League contest. Ledger Walker, Rotunu, Flavel, Anderson and Tua Iti. Ledger Walker being, of course, Tanika Ledger Walker, younger sister. We'll see Crystal a little bit later on.
Yeah, it's a great family, of course, and Tanika Ledger Walker had a very successful year, went away with the junior Tall Ferns, didn't quite qualify for the World Cup, just played secondary school nationals team, placing 4th, so she's obviously a great deal of talent, and you can see mum Leanne Walker there leading the coaching staff for the Rapid League, and then of course the name Bailey Flavel definitely rings a bell. She was the leading scorer at secondary schools, averaged 40 points a game. She had a 60 piece at one point, so
that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, and lots of time putting the ball through the hoops. So let's see some more of that tonight.
Well, the surname Flavel certainly pretty well liked around these parts.
I'd say so.
Of course, it's our first time in this gym since Jad Flavel, the announcement that he's now the Tall Blacks coach, departing, but still be floating around as we take a look at the Hallsville Timber Mainland Pouākai starting 5. Morrison, Manu Maleonga, Tuilave, Strawbridge and Timms, headed up by Joshua Thompson, the Pouākai assistant coach. And loving the uniforms, must just say.
Yeah, they're take a lot of getting used to. You know, your eyes have to adjust a little bit. It feels a little bit like getting hypnotized by some kind of illusion. But
well, hopefully they can hypnotize the Kāhu, you know, defensively.
That might be the goal, actually. I mean, the Kāhu very outgoing themselves.
Yeah, I'm liking it both. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. As you can see their points per game. So Bailey Flavel, you just mentioned, Maya, had a storming secondary schools campaign for Takapuna Grammar. She's hit the ground running here in Rapid League. It's quite a noticeable difference, isn't it, in the field goal percentage with the Kāhu just shy of a 40% clip. So we'll be hoping to keep it going at that rate. Our coin officials are ready. We're ready. Let's see some Sky Broadband Rapid League basketball here at Cowles Stadium in the 03. The shot clocks are still working in the gym, we think.
That's always good when the shot clocks are working.
Great start. And one tip there, no, it's just a little bit loose, and then it's ripped away from Bailey Flavel. So good work there by Morrison. And the Pouākai will have first possession. Good defensive work there by Asia Anderson. And here is young Tanika Ledger Walker When the head down, shoulder down. Anderson from the elbow, just a little bit too much. And here come the Pouākai the other way through Strawbridge.
Pretty good start for the Kāhu with that stop there, and then able to get somewhat of an open bucket as Timms gets one herself, scoring underway. It's a good start for the Pouākai, right back at him.
Yeah, good find there by Strawbridge to Timms in the corner. The patience shown there by Flavel, but can't get the up and under to go. Here come the Pouākai the other way. I'm going to go back to back. There's Strawbridge and draws the contact and a foul call. The first trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
I feel like we're going to be saying that name, Ashley Strawbridge, quite a few times in the Rapid League. She's averaging 13 minutes a game, almost 14 minutes a game, as we take another look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay there. So that's almost a majority of the Rapid League game. She's a force to be reckoned with, an absolute athlete. And we'll see plenty of her going downhill to her right hand.
Yeah, she's had a bit of a year, hasn't she, Ashley Strawbridge? Went on that Tall Ferns trip earlier this year. Debuted against Montenegro out of the Mid-Canterbury program originally.
Indeed. It's been awesome to see her journey. She obviously went to college, played a year with Div 1, and then took some time off basketball, and then got back into NBL 1, now back in her hometown, which is awesome to see.
Just a little heavy there, that attempt by the Pouākai, but good hustle. Speaking of Mid-Canterbury, Tessa Morrison back in Pouākai colours in season 2024. Here is Timms. Actually called that a long two. As Timms just rattles in and out. And the offensive rebounding coming to the fore here for the hosts.
Yeah, they've generated multiple opportunities, and Ashley Strawbridge, another one. They can't convert on any of them, which is quite unfortunate when you get that many bites of the cherry.
Work there in the end by Asia Anderson. I think got a piece of at least one of those attempts. The Kāhu to find their offensive rhythm here. Here is Lily Rotunno out of Australia. So you can play an Oceania or Asia import in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Hence Lily Rotunno being out there for the Kāhu, but here come the Pouākai the other way.
Tough start for the Kāhu, leaving a few positions out there. They've had a couple of tough looks, contested looks, and then a couple of turnovers as well. Just really not what you want to start the game.
I'm loving the hustle from the Pouākai, though. They are all over the offensive glass, and here's another second chance opportunity, and the lane just opens up for Tara Manu Maleunga.
Yeah, Tara's been an awesome addition. You know, this is her first professional career, so still very young and still very early on. Really good at getting to the rim, and has been a massive culture piece for them as well. Can shoot the ball too.
There's Tauihi. Did everything but finish there. And Pouākai looking to build on their 4-0 lead. 1:30 to go in the first.
Kāhu going to want to get something on the board to mitigate this now 6-0 lead for the Pouākai. Again, they have the talent to do it. You know, Rotunno's an import, Tauihi's definitely very strong, and of course Bailey Flavel can score at all three levels, so they're going to need something here.
Tauihi up top, Timms in front. Here's Bailey Flavel getting to her left. And again, just so close, sticking with it though. Flavel finding the open Anderson, and finally the Kāhu, the BNZ Kāhu, open the bank account.
Yeah, that's a saving grace there for the Kāhu. Instead of it being an 8-0 potential lead, 6-2, only 4 points, couple of possessions in it now. And, you know, finding their groove might be the start they needed.
Manu Maleunga just leaving that one from three, a little bit wide, and the coast to coast, the speed there, Rotunno. And Kāhu just back in. It's rapid, isn't it, Mike?
It is indeed rapid, hence the name, I suppose, as we see a foul call there. Rotunno definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with there. Just turn the gas on and beat everyone else in a sprint where, you know, they had plenty of time to keep up.
Subs in for both teams. In comes the first time for the Pouākai in season 2024. Evie Leeson. The foul called before the shooting motion. Here's Strawbridge once more, spin, and gets another call. Loving the aggression early from Ashley Strawbridge.
Yeah, again, going to see her doing that multiple times and say that name multiple times as well as she went her second trip to the charity stripe. does Ashley Strawbridge. Again, a really good athlete. You can see her getting downhill, but not only that, contesting the offensive rebound as well. Hopefully she'll get some good token minutes against the Tauihi side today, later on today as well.
Just quietly, speaking of the free throw line, have you seen that the Pouākai have not missed?
Have not missed.
two Tauihi games in. And it, you know, it was the difference, wasn't it, against the Hoiha? I think they were 22 from 22.
Yeah, something like that. And it's interesting, they only shot about 3 free throws in their first game, and then like you said, did not miss, courtesy of Michaela Cann going 10 from 10. That is clutch.
And Strawbridge once more tidying up on the glass, making her presence felt. And there's still a bit of time here in this first quarter. 8.4 seconds remaining on the stadium clock.
She has been absolutely everywhere.
Well, looks like a little bit of instruction perhaps as to whether they want to call a player timeout, advance the ball. Just going to keep that one up their sleeves. The coin officials just check. Might be in the bonus.
Yeah, 3 fouls a quarter in Rapid League means bonus free throws. So there goes that gal again, Ashley Strawbridge.
Just having a look at the rebounding stats available to us at the moment. 8 rebounds for the Pouākai, 4 of them, unsurprisingly, at the offensive end. That's to 3 for the Kāhu. Strawbridge does the damage from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Here come the Kāhu, pushing the pace, trying to end this first quarter on a high, unable to do so. Forster, and they'll put up a prayer, Timo. Deflection, but a great start nonetheless for the first time on home floor for the Mainland Pouākai, 10-4.
Yeah, take that, especially given, like we talked about in their first game, only 14 points by the end of the game against the Phi. So to have 10 points in your first quarter in only 4 minutes is very positive for these guys. Not to mention Shardan Rabadi, who's been their leading scorer and the MVP in back-to-back games, not here tonight. So they've adjusted to that absence really, really well, finding different avenues of scoring, and of course the 4 offensive rebounds, definitely favourable for them, you know, creating those second chance opportunities. But the Kāhu, 4 points in a quarter. You'll be happy with that if you're the Pouākai, but I'm guessing Leanne Walker here is going to have some choice words to say to adjust.
Yeah, well, what do you anticipate those words being? What are you saying that they can immediately rectify in terms of effort areas?
I mean, I think on the defensive end, that's where it begins. Boxing out, finishing positions. It's most likely Ashley Strawbridge coaching those boards, so getting her out of there, and then that can start your offensive rhythm a little bit nicer. And I think just being a little bit more patient and working to earn some good looks on the offensive end as well. They have the player and the talent to do it. It's just about feeding them and getting them the right looks. Speaking
of feeding them, that Sal's Pizza was making me awfully hungry. Get a bit of that deal, and the Sky Broadband Fibre Starter, of course, $27.50 a month in your first 3 months. Get amongst. Pouākai will open with possession here in this second quarter. And they pick up where they left off. Oh, the pendulum swing, as it so often can in Rapid League. There's Lauren Tafata now. Kicks it back out to Strawbridge again. Certainly a focal point so far in this contest, and again a whistle. Tano seemed to think it was a travel. That's not the way the coin officials have seen it, and more free throw attempts coming here for the Pouākai. And once again, it is Ashley Strawbridge. They move the ball really well in that position, getting 2 feet in the paint, getting a kick out, attacking the long closeout, getting back at the rim. We'll see that again. And you just see the athleticism there from Ashley Strawbridge, bouncing from one foot to another. I think she's been the driving force behind this Pouākai side and why they have that 11-4 lead. Splits the free throws to Strawbridge. Strong rebound there, Asia Anderson. Well, the Kāhu have. They go to young Bailey Flavel. Gets it out to the left corner. And a tough finish there. Just what the Kāhu needed from Forster. Yeah, not surprising. She is epic, and she plays a lot of minutes in the Tauihi squad as well. Really good at getting downhill and finishing. We're going to see more of that as Tara just rims out on that 3. But again, the hustle on the offensive glass, and there is a whistle. Tafata did well to keep it in bounds. And there's a foul. It's a little bit overzealous. You don't mind the intent on the Pouākai. They have the ability here, playing with a 7 rotation as opposed to the Kāhu just coming down with the 6.
Yeah, that's really tough to play with only 6 in Rapid League. Like we said, very much rapid, up and down, and also we've seen a very physical game, especially on their glass as well. Bodies going flying, bodies on the floor.
Full court press here by the Pouākai, just pressurising it every and any opportunity. To Iti Forster, another one of the Kāhu's Australian imports. Tanika Ledger-Walker back to Forster, trying to get Anderson free in the paint, but Forster holds the stroke and drains it.
That is extremely tough. I don't think there was anything the Pouākai could do about that. And that just might be what the Kāhu need to start a bit of a rhythm for them. And I think you've got to keep going back to Forster if you're the Kāhu. She is lighting it up at the moment.
2-point game all of a sudden after that 10-4 quarter time lead. Slim pickings for the hosts as Manu Malanga puts it up, can't get that 3 to drop. And here come the Kāhu, all of a sudden, Maya, with an opportunity to level it up or even go ahead. Forster, stop it. Oh, just doesn't fall, and it's end up going to be last touch by the Kāhu. But they've found something, haven't they, in the West Australian?
I mean, this is what we expected to see as we see that once again, just rimming out, but we expected to see this, right? This is exactly how Rapid League goes. It's back and forth, and Kāhu definitely weren't going to stay in that deficit for long. I imagine Chloe Forster is going to continue to do what she does, and, you know, she can be pretty hard to stop once she gets going.
Pouākai in need of a bucket all of a sudden, just the one free throw to show for their second quarter efforts, and great defensive work there by Flavel, but what you can do, I can do. And the Pouākai get possession back to Fata now from the wing. It's a little bit too much, but size advantage there. Couldn't make it count. Go the way of the Kāhu.
Again, the Pouākai trying to contest those offensive rebounds, but Kāhu now doing a better job recognising that and boxing out. Either they're going to come up with the rebound there or they're going to get the foul like they just did. It's going to be interesting to see what they run here offensively.
Get it to Flavel in the corner, a little shimmy. And a lovely baseline drive by Bailey Flavel.
I mean, are we surprised? I think I've seen her do that a million times over. And since we're all tied up here, this is a very important position for the Pouākai.
And Morrison can't connect with Tuivale. And now here come the Kāhu. Tied ball game. And Flavel again, aggressive, and draws the foul. Free throws forthcoming, and it's a very short break just to our left, Maya, for Ashley Strawbridge. She's going to come straight back in, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, well, they're going to need her, right? They don't really have that same athleticism or drive without her. Haven't got those second chance opportunities as much with her off the floor, and no one really trying to penetrate and create anything outside of her. So a good move, and they're going to need some kind of defensive stop as well. Now Kāhu gaining the lead. She may be a potential matchup for Bailey Flavel or Chloe Forster.
Makes them both this Flavel, and all of a sudden the Kāhu have erased that 6-point deficit at quarter time to lead by 2. Just a little over a minute to play in the first half. Sky Broadband Rapid League got ourselves a good one here at Cowles. It's Tuaiti this time. Finds Flavel. And good pressure there. Pouākai got back in numbers. It is end to end. And last touch there by the Kāhu. It'll stay with the Pouākai. Got to get it back to Strawbridge, you think, Maya. Haven't had a field goal here, the Pouākai, in the second quarter.
Yeah, 100%. And if you get it to Strawbridge, I believe you'll get a field goal, or you at least get a trip to the free throw line. And she'll at least draw some attention if she tries to go downhill and maybe find a shooter, or she can be a shooter herself. And
the bank's open. BNZ won't like that as named sponsors of the Kāhu, but Strawbridge off the bench, off the backboard, much needed bucket. And right back at you, Anderson. Entertaining, rated E for a reason.
This is exactly what we expected, isn't it, from the Rapid League? It's very much back and forth, and no one really able to gain momentum out of this mini run. This is what we like to see.
Foul there on young Tanika Ledger-Walker. 14.9 seconds on the game clock. As that shot clock's restored to 14 as well. So Pouākai, as much as you can in Rapid League, a bit patient here in final possession, you'd think, of this first half. Morrison up high. Waits for the screen. Oh, good work there, Anderson. Morrison, though, gets free, lets it fire, and just away to the right. Fantastic first half. Sky Broadband Rapid League at Cowles. In fact, we might have a shot clock violation because it was 14.9-14. In theory, we might have a little bit more basketball here in this first half.
A treat, a treat. Koyan Fisher's always very good at that. Interesting, I thought, as well. Player timeout was available for the Pouākai in that situation. Didn't opt to take it. You don't always need to take it, but obviously it's gone once you don't use it in the first half.
0.9.
And I believe we have confirmation that the shot clock did expire prior to the game clock expiring. Is that the confirmation you just got there, Nick?
Yeah, that's bang on, Maya. So it looks like we'll have a second added. I'm surprised that the Kāhu aren't taking the... they need to pass the ball in, don't they, to engage the player timeout, I believe.
I thought Pouākai might take theirs. Kāhu might not take theirs.
It's all happening.
It is all happening. It's all go. It is all go. First game of the season at home, and it's already firing.
So there we go. There's the second added. And they are able to call that
There you go.
BNZ player timeout as soon as they're about to inbound. So smart play there by the Kāhu. Advance the ball, have a little chin wag about what they'll do here with this final possession. And of course the BNZ player timeout gives us an opportunity to talk about your chance to win some tickets with BNZ. Tickets to the big game, thanks to BNZ. 5,000 tickets to give away to school groups, sports groups, community groups. Come along and see a Tauihi game live in action. Scan that QR code for a chance to win as we take in this final possession. And after all that, a nice steal there for Ashley Strawbridge. Great first half, though. Kāhu up 16 points to 14, having trailed by 6 at quarter time.
Yeah, it's exactly what we expected to see. Like we spoke about, the pendulum always swinging in Rapid League. Pouākai got up to a really good start offensively. Only 4 points in that quarter, though. And it seemed to be a really tough gig. They were really working in every single one of their positions. Didn't really seem to get any kind of flow. And we've actually seen that issue in the Tauihi for these guys as well. So coming out of this halftime break, it's going to be trying to find something that works for them offensively, that generates some kind of flow. I'd be getting Ashley Strawbridge with 8 points going downhill, right? And Asia Anderson and Chloe Forster themselves being very impressive. Chloe Forster was kind of that driving force that the Kāhu needed to get them back in the game. Then Bailey Flavel could get going a little bit. And you're going to need other contributions outside of Ashley Strawbridge for the Pouākai, you know, only 2 apiece. And there she is again, Ashley Strawbridge leading the rebounds as well. Pretty even split for the Kāhu. I just think they have a little bit of a deeper squad than the Pouākai do right now. More contributions across the board.
Yeah, certainly dried up there in that second quarter, didn't it, for the Hawesville Timber Mainland Pouākai. It's the 4 points, 1 free throw and a bank 3 from the corner from Ashley Strawbridge. So, but this is Rapid League. It changes on a dime, and that is why it is so exciting and unpredictable, really. Tipper's nightmare as the crowd builds here at Cowles. As mentioned, first home game for the Tauihi season for the Mainland Pouākai. Had a win and a loss in Rapid League and a win and a loss on the road in Tauihi. 5 o'clock tip-off for the Tauihi contest.
It's going to be an exciting one, that one. The Kāhu Pouākai. I believe that the Pouākai have never beaten the Kāhu.
Is that right?
Ever. In the 2 years that Tauihi has been alive. So pretty sure it's going to be a desperate one here tonight in front of the home crowd.
A blow for the Pouākai, though, with one of their key imports, Cassandra Brown, out with a back injury. But good to see Maya. You spotted the Pouākai. Got some reinforcements on the way.
Indeed. Abby just recently got signed as a guard.
Abby Cabillo.
Indeed, yep. NBL 1 South Spartans team, I believe. Got here just today. Obviously wasn't going to suit up straight off the plane, but she'll be playing from next round onwards, which is really exciting.
Well, funnily enough, their next game is against the Kāhu in Auckland. So there you go, bit of familiarisation, bit of scouting live here today.
She can take some notes as she watches.
And then these two teams will go at it again in Auckland on Friday. Pouākai with possession. We're going to get back to level terms, or even better, go ahead with a 3, and they go to their focal point offensively. Strawbridge, she finds Manu Malonga. Late in the shot clock, she'll put it up. Tara, back of the iron. And Maddie Timms there, called for the foul, just coming in a little bit late.
Tara now 0 from 5 from three-point land. They've been pretty good looks. I'd say at the end of a shot clock, that was a relatively high percentage look for her. Unfortunate for them to not drop, and that's just like what we talked about at halftime. Not many contributions outside of Ashley Strawbridge, and those are going to start to, they're going to need to have those falling if they want to get a win here and pip the Kāhu.
There's Anderson at the elbow. Pull up for 3. Ledger Walker far away. And that'll go the way of the Pouākai.
You don't want to give Tanika Ledger Walker too many of those open threes. She's a sharp shooter, really good decision maker off those gets and on-ball actions. And if she hits one, that's very dangerous, because that's 3 or 4 Kāhu players now getting going.
Down low now, the Pouākai, and not far away there, Tauihi. Now it's with Bailey Flavel. Happy to go to her left. Kicks it out to Ratunu. Ball movement here from the Kāhu. Late in the shot clock. And good interruption from Maddie Timms.
They've just got to capitalise here. It's all good and well playing a good defensive possession, but offensively, again, lost their rhythm. They want to get a bucket here.
Manu Malonga almost connecting with Tauihi, just couldn't get her hands set. And here come the Kāhu the other way. Matano to Anderson from the free throw line and rattles it in. Kāhu now by 4.
Great find there, really good patience from Matano in transition, playing off 2 feet and finding a higher quality look. They've definitely had better looks, I think, and better uncontested looks than the Pouākai, hence their 4-point lead.
Maddie Timms now with it. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and Asia Anderson. She should go all the way, and she does. Couple of big back-to-back possessions from the Kāhu.
And again, it's someone else getting going for the Kāhu, so Pouākai don't really have that option like the Kāhu do. They've had 3 or 4 players go on mini runs, and that seems to be Asia Anderson to start this third quarter. Morrison
now putting up the 3. Was online, just a little heavy. And it has gone cold offensively for the host now. It's Anderson catches. Tauihi goes all the way around, back-to-back buckets for Asia Anderson. And the largest lead of the ball game for the Northern Kāhu.
Really good contributions from Asia Anderson. We'll see that again on the JJ Gardner Holmes replay. That easy steal, easy bucket. And like you said, a big lead for them now. And just the depth seems to be what's pipping the Pouākai at the moment. Tara not having any luck. Timo gone cold from beyond the arc. And Astral was a little bit slower in this quarter, hence why the Pouākai now a little bit slower and have not scored in this quarter.
The Kāhu shooting it just over 50% as well from the field. Pouākai now down to 25%. And the turnovers starting to mount as well, Maya.
7 turnovers now for the Pouākai in just less than 7 minutes of basketball. That is not what you want whatsoever, and not having scored in this quarter either, that's really, really hurting them.
Turnover though the other way as Strawbridge gets locked up. Tauihi. Just a tick over a minute to go in this third quarter. The Pouākai will be mindful of how quickly things can change. Having led by 6, they'll know. See that ball go through the hoop a couple of times, and the momentum can swing so quickly. They get it to Morrison. Bit of experience. Looks to do it all herself, but Ledger Walker says, get that out of here.
No, thank you, Timo. You will not get another 2 points. No first bucket of the quarter. We'll see that again. Swats it almost into the towel girl sitting there on the baseline. It's a good look for Timo, but a better defensive play there from Tanika.
It's Maddie Timms, 6 on the shot clock. Loses the handle, 8th turnover on the Pouākai, and here come the Kāhu. Oh, it's almost perfect precision pass. It's definitely last touch by Morrison, but not the way the coin official has seen it.
Bit of a saving grace moment there for the Pouākai, and Timo definitely turned away, wasn't admitting to anything.
Is that going to be the slice of luck needed for this Pouākai team to get something going offensively? As you mentioned, Mike, not a field goal, not a point to show in this third quarter, and another turnover. Credit the Kāhu's defensive tenacity. And Pouākai, that hustle and relentlessness keeping them in the ball game. But the Kāhu now back the other way. Tauihi puts it up and in. Double-digit lead.
It's interesting. The drive and the tenacity seem to be coming from the Pouākai to begin with, but Kāhu just turned into the second gear and have just come alive defensively, getting stops, saving balls like we saw there, disallowing rebounds, and just nothing going for the Pouākai. Not even that.
And not a point to show in that third quarter. Frustration evident on the face there of Ashley Strawbridge. And the Hawesville Timber Mainland Pouākai, significant work to do now, Maya. 4 minutes to play, and the Kāhu leading 24-14.
Yeah, up to 8 turnovers now for the Pouākai, and a heck of a quarter there for the Kāhu, led by Asia Anderson that time round. So we've seen Chloe Forster get going, we've seen Bailey Flavel get going. Now it's Asia Anderson's turn, and that just speaks to the depth of this Kāhu squad, who have found their feet offensively. And then just that defense there, getting stops, getting transition buckets from their stops, disallowing rebounds. They've done it all, and that's why we've seen this massive swing to a 10-point lead. A lot of digging for the Pouākai to do, or Kāhu might have yet another Rapid League win under their belt.
It's a serious stat line that Asia Anderson has put together. Super efficient on 5 or 6 shooting to be up to 11 points. Made her one and only 3-point attempt. And then 3 steals as well.
Plus minus of 10 as well. Speaks for itself kind of with a stat line like that. And if she keeps going how she's going, she could be the Rapid League MVP of today.
Crowd building in to Cowles. 5 p.m. GJ Gardner Home's Tauihi. First regular season game here at home for the Pouākai. Defending champs in town. There's Flavel. They go to Anderson, the hot hand. Ledger Walker. Tidied up by Tafatu. Goes without saying, need to score almost immediately here to give themselves a chance. The Pouākai. Morrison to Manu Malonga. And it opens up. She finally gets a field goal and the whistle.
And that might just be what they needed. You know, since that second quarter break, it's only been a free throw and a bank 3 that they've scored. So to get a wide open layup and one off your first possession, they seem that they've got into their bag a little bit offensively and called another play and seem to open up. So if Kāhu don't extend their screen coverage, then you're going to keep getting downhill looks for Tara, and that's exactly what you want. But you've got to convert from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, shallow there from Manu Malonga. Kāhu the other way. 8-point game. There's Forster now. Draws the whistle and a foul. Good aggressive drive there by Chloe Forster. More free throws coming here at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Great answer for the Kāhu as well, as we'll see that again on the GJ Gardner Homes replay. Tara just turning her back, getting her hands in the mix. But like I was saying, a great answer for the Kāhu. Obviously, they gave away that and won, but able to come back down the other end and get a foul themselves. Obviously, the free throw there just rimming out, but definitely what you want if you're the Kāhu, to hold on to that lead and hold on onto that momentum.
Missed free throws at both ends. Just keeps the door ajar for the Pouākai. And again, just a wide open lane, but the finish lacking. And the Kāhu get away with one.
Yeah, I don't know. Our corner officials have a much better angle than we do. Evie Leeson has also had the second chance opportunity to get it going, but got her lunch stolen from her, and then a foul back down the other end for the Pouākai. This is something that they don't want to do. If you're leaving empty positions out there and then giving up fouls down the other end, it's going to be impossible to dig this grave, especially with only 3 minutes on the clock.
So Tanika Ledger-Walker with free throws here for the Kāhu to restore their double-digit lead. Splits them, but Anderson again, just all hustle. It's the Kāhu another chance. Flavel. Oh, great work. Absorbed the contact and finished. My, just saying, I've seen that so many times now.
It's just second nature for Bailey Flavel. I mean, she is just an authentic scorer. Has done so at the international level at the World Cup this year. Debuted with the Tall Ferns this year. She just does a bit of everything, and apparently so does Asia Anderson.
I was about to say, speaking of doing a bit of everything, Asia Anderson just registering another stat there with a block. They go with their 3 steals and 11 points.
2 blocks.
2 blocks, in fact.
Today.
Excuse me.
She loves a stat sheet, doesn't she? She's stuffing it.
What do they call them? Stocks.
Stocks.
The steel blocks, up to 6 of the stocks. Stocks are rising for Asia Anderson. 5 on the shot clock here. Pouākai need a bucket. Morrison, a great hand there, Ratano. And she'll go the other way. 2 on 1 opportunity. Bounce pass, beautiful. Tauihi. Lovely basketball from the Kāhu.
Great cohesion for this Kāhu front as well. Seems like they've played with each other for such a long time, even though it's been a short season thus far. Nice chemistry and great transition basketball from them as well, being very strong in that front.
Mano Malanga, it's up a 3 again. You can't blame her at this point, Maya. Down 13, 2 to play. Sort of Hail Mary areas, isn't it, for the Pouākai? Be disappointed after the start they had. 10 points to 4 they led as Bailey Flavel now gets the Kāhu up and above 30.
And again, that's just that chemistry there, exposing the lack of help there from the Pouākai, getting caught sleeping. Asia Anderson and Bailey Flavel very much coming alive, and we just haven't seen that cohesion or that chemistry from the Pouākai today, and haven't seen any outside shooting either.
Tafata tidies up. And the Kāhu now cognizant of the game and clock situation, can slow things down as much as possible here in Sky Broadband Rapid League. Minute 17 to go with a 13-point lead, and Tauihi annoyed at herself there, gets another opportunity, and a late whistle there on the attempt from Bailey Flavel, and she'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Been a great game from her as well, Bailey Flavel, like we've spoken about multiple times, a really good scorer, and I think this lead from the Kāhu 31-18 is just very much testament to their depth. They've had good runs from Chloe Forster, Bailey Flavel herself. Lily Ratano has been pretty decent as well, and then of course Asia Anderson, who is leading the scoring and the stat sheet as well. And when you have a deep squad like that, you can become pretty hard to stop. And then obviously the absence of Sian Rabadi, who's been the leader for this Pouākai squad, I think it was written in Kāhu's favour from the beginning.
Pouākai, every bucket counts, so Ashley Strawbridge, well, she's had herself a game. And you think, Maya, with obviously Sian Rabadi elevated the starting lineup, no Cassandra Brown in the Tauihi game, that the coach Flynn will look at this and go, I'm going to give Ashley Strawbridge some meaningful minutes. Kind of has to anyway, right?
100% has to, and I think we've seen it as we see Bailey Flavel buries it from beyond the arc. We've seen Ashley Strawbridge perform very well, not only today, but she obviously played NBL 1 in Australia. She's played with the Tall Ferns, and I've seen multiple trends of people playing well in Rapid League, and that momentum can continue on to Tauihi, obviously only an hour apart, so I think she's going to be huge.
21 seconds to go here. 7-second differential between the game and shot clock. And Pouākai looking to finish on a positive note. And here is Ashley Strawbridge. Rifles a pass over to Manu Malunga and finally sees the ball go cleanly through the hoop from deep. Ledger Walker the other way. Lovely pass. Flavel in the corner just to put the icing on it for the Kāhu. Can't get it to go. And a whistle and a foul. Pouākai might just have one last opportunity. In fact, Kāhu in the bonus, so free throws coming here.
I actually think that might be 2 for Kāhu. Only it was 3 for Pouākai. I think they might have got that wrong. But are we expecting to see a player timeout here?
Of course we are, Maya.
We love a good BNZ player timeout.
And it is important, isn't it? For the folks at home, you're probably thinking, 12-point game, you know, what are we doing here? But get your rhythm, get your reps, go through these plays that you work through at training, execute it on the big stage, and it can help going forward. Oh,
yeah, totally. And also, we know that the points for and against also really matter on the ladder for both these squads, so they'll be trying their best to you know, pip that, and especially with the lack of Cass Brown tonight, some of these players are going to need to be, you know, warmed up and a little bit of momentum to carry them through to some important minutes in the Tauihi game tonight.
So 1.6 is the adjustment for the stadium clock. Shot clock off, of course. A similar situation, the Pouākai in the first half. Let's see what they can do here late. Strawbridge try and fire it up from the corner, unable to do so. And it's the Northern Kāhu who continue to flourish here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. They put through their paces early, trailing by 6 at the end of the first quarter. But on the back of the contribution there of Asia Anderson, 11 points, along with 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and a couple of blocks as well. They've got the job done. 36 points to 24. Bailey Flavel in the end, top scoring with 13 points. 4 of 7 from the field. Perfect from the Chemist Warehouse free throw stripe. Let's see if we can send it down now to Maya. She's got Asia Anderson.
It's a great win for you guys, great comeback for you, and personally for yourself, 11 points, couple blocks, couple of rebounds in there. How did you feel coming into today?
I felt good coming in. We prepped really well. We started a little bit slow with our box outs and they got a few boards, but I think we did well to settle down and control ourselves towards the middle of the game.
Yeah, awesome. So what do you think you guys did well as a squad to get that win? Because it was a huge win in the end.
Like I said, with like the lows that we had, I think we came together and were able to bring ourselves back up when we had those little moments, and that just carried us through to the end of the game.
Awesome. Good luck for Tauihi.
Thank you.
Thoughts there of Asia Anderson, as we quite often see, whether it's in Tauihi or Cowles NBL, certainly take a bit of momentum from a big game in Rapid League through to the main event, or the next event, we should say, as the crowd streaming in here at Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. We're going to take a short break. We're about 17 minutes away from our coverage commencing of the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Aotearoa League. The Mainland Pouākai hosting the Northern Kāhu. Don't go anywhere though, we're going to play you some highlights and then be back at 5 o'clock for that Tauihi contest. See you then.
Basketball is a movie. Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster.
This season is alive.
E for exciting, entertaining, energy, and epic. Tauihi Basketball, rated E.
Help me up, never let it fall. Help me roar like an animal. Back to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Kia ora, hello and welcome in for the first time in season 2024 to Cowles Stadium in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. A sold out crowd in to watch the Mainland Pouākai up against the defending champions, the Northern Kāhu. Nick Bewley here with Maya Williamson alongside. We've just had an entertaining Sky Broadband Rapid League game as always. Maya ebbed and flowed, but the Kāhu showing a bit too much class. Speaking of class, a lot of people already involved in our mix and pick poll and thinking this one might be a bit one-sided. Where do you lean? The Kāhu just got so much class, don't they?
Indeed, they do. It's great to be back here in Cowles Stadium. And yes, like we've seen, the Kāhu, a very deep squad, even within only their Rapid League squad, looking pretty strong. They have scores on lots of levels, a lot of firepower. Good thing about them, lots of great Kiwis alongside great imports. That can typically be what can set you apart from the rest in this Tauihi squad. And for the Pouākai, obviously going to be a tough day at the office. No Cass Brown for them. So, you know, not only are they coming up against a strong Kāhu squad, they're a little bit short-handed themselves.
Yeah, get involved in the mix and pick poll. So we take a look at the Tauihi ladder and the Kāhu effectively picking up from where they left off in season 2023. Wins over the Hoiho. Whai. They were challenged in their most recent game though, Maya. 75-72 win over the Tokomanawa Queens, who are currently sitting second there. But the Pouākai, the only team yet to have their third game. What have you made of them? It was an up and down game, wasn't it, against the Hoiho, down by 17 at one point, but getting the job done.
They did get the job done in the end, and they kind of found their rhythm a little bit. I've been impressed with them so far. Obviously, I've had a little bit to do with them, so I've actually got to witness the behind the scenes. I've been very impressed with the culture that they've built. With a tough start to the season with their first loss, and then that Hoiho game. I think just the struggle for them was finding their flow offensively, and I think they've maybe taken a little bit longer to gel and become a little bit more cohesive and actually use all their moving pieces. They're very versatile offensively, but with that comes the struggle to actually get everyone the looks that they want. We saw that a little bit more toward the tail end of that Hoiho game, which resulted in a win. But it's going to be pretty tough for them tonight without the Cass Brown. They do a good job, though. They are leading the league in offensive rebounds, which, not surprised by, that seems to be a little bit of a Christchurch theme with the Rams doing the same thing. So definitely got a lot of hustle and a really good defensive team leading the league in steals as well. Is it going to be enough against the strong Kāhu side? We'll see. We're
here to find out. These are the games to come. The Hoiho, they host the Whai tomorrow down at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin. And just a quirk of the draw, these two teams here at Cowles will get on a plane and head back up to the 09 and meet each other in 6 days' time at Event Finder Stadium. And the Whai are back home, Taupō Event Centre against the Queens. So plenty of good basketball to come. As we take a look at the BNZ Northern Kāhu starting five, as you alluded to, Maya, so much New Zealand class in this Kāhu roster with Tupaia, Crystal Ledger, Walker, Palvast, Penina Davidson and Thomas. They are coached by Jodie Cameron, but stepping in to do the interview this afternoon is their assistant coach, Justine Reid.
Welcome to Christchurch. It's been a great start for you guys so far. You're 3-0. What's gone well?
I think it's just been having a core that's, you know, we've been able to build on from last year, so that's really helped us, and I think given us a bit of a head start in this first round. But yeah, so we're just keeping working on that.
Awesome. And you're coming up against the Pouākai tonight, obviously coming off a win against the Hoiho. They're 1-1, hoping to come with a positive record tonight. What are you trying to do to stop that?
I mean, they're all like kind of tall and athletic, so, just trying to stop them. I know that they like running and, like just trying to stop that and kind of get into our game and play the way that we need to play. I think that'll help us.
Awesome. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Here are the home team, the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. With Michaela Can, Forbes, Sean Rabati into the starting five with no Cassandra Brown. Ezra McGoldrick's made a really strong start to season 2024. And Hayley Reynolds as well. They are coached by Paul Flynn.
Welcome to Christchurch, Paul, your first home game of the season. You're 1-1, coming off a good one. What's the start of the season been like for you?
Yeah, thanks. Look, it's been a bit of a build. We were only returning 2 players from last year's squad, so 10 new faces in there, and we're sort of learning where each piece sort of fits. And look, last week was a good little turning point and an improvement on week 1, and we're hoping to continually evolve as the weeks roll on.
Awesome, and you're playing a strong Kāhu side tonight, 3-0. What are your points of emphasis tonight for your squad? What are we expecting to see? Yeah,
look, the Kāhu are incredibly disciplined in the half court, and for us it's just about sort of locking in on that defensive end and trying to push them out of the looks that they're hoping to achieve. And, once we get possession of the ball, fill those lanes and run and put them on the back foot, hopefully.
Awesome, good luck.
Well, Sarah Paul Flynn, of course, joining on board this season, coming across from Australia. You were mentioning before, Mai, you've been lucky enough to be in and around the cam. What's Paul brought to the environment so far?
Oh, he's been awesome. He brings a really good level of professionalism. Obviously, is the operations manager at Ngātawaring Club over in Australia, which is an NBL 1 club, and they travel down to the smaller communities as well with some rep and development programs too. So he really knows basketball. He understands basketball, understands what it means to coach a professional team, and is massive on culture, which has been awesome to witness. Obviously recruited some really high quality people, and the team's been awesome to be a part of and witness, and he's wrapped in some pretty good offense and defense too.
Mentioned Ezra McGoldrick, the North Canterbury product, had a really strong start, 17.5 points a game. How much falls on her shoulders as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head with no Cassandra Brown there in the paint? Yeah, she's already playing, like we said, a big offensive load, I believe. So we're going to see upwards of 35 minutes for her tonight, and a part of a lot of the offensive actions. A lot of the off-ball screens are set for Cassandra Brown to get open on the three-point line, so are we going to see the same thing for Ezra McGoldrick? I think so. She's also been very impressive getting downhill and getting to the rim. She has got one of the highest field goal percentages of the team, actually, so wouldn't be surprised if they got a lot more offensive looks for her. They have a lot of talent, but like I said, with Brown, you've got to fill that absence somehow. Crystal Ledger-Walker, unsurprisingly, leading that assist per game statistic. In fact, becoming the first in Tauihi since its inception in 2022 to tick over 150 assists in the competition. Our coin officiating crew, Matt Bathurst, Sam Pan and Blake Rosanowski, all set in readiness. Look at a little bit of movement there, Maya, on that mix and pick poll. The impartial fan loves an underdog. Yeah, you never know. We can't make any calls here from the Pouākai commentary booth, as we see it, climbing maybe ever so slightly. Wouldn't be a bad shout to assume the Kāhu could get it done given their squad. But you just never know what can happen in basketball, and Cowles has seen stranger things. Has it what? We have been privileged to witness some fantastic basketball here in the last couple of years, both with the Pouākai, the Canterbury Rams going back-to-back, of course, in the Cowles NBL. Of course, Cowles Pizza involved with our mix and pick poll, and to win every Tauihi game. What's it going to take then, Maya? You feel like if they're going to be in with a chance, they've got to start strong. Can't be sloppy like they were in that first quarter last week against the Hoiho. Absolutely. We've seen a really good start from them in their rapid lead. They came out really strong, 10 points in the first quarter. They've got to do similar things here. Obviously, there is a size mismatch with the Kāhu. It has to be said. Two really good bigs in Thomas and Davidson, and they're going to use that to their advantage, going to try and capitalise on that. So for the Pouākai, it's using their strengths and their mismatches in terms of speed, pushing the ball in transition, trying to get buckets in that sense.
and disallowing the Kāhu to really make a game of their mismatch in their size. Tauihi is going to be the one to stop, I believe, for the Kāhu. I think if you can do your best to minimalise her, but also take away the efforts of the supporting crew. She's going to do what Tauihi is going to do, and unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot you can do to stop that. But if you can do what you can to shut down the other strengths of the other players, they might have a lot of luck. And then offensively, it's going to be huge for them to actually find their rhythm a little bit more and create good looks. I imagine we're going to see them getting to the rim, trying to get Kāhu in foul trouble early, which they are very much prone to. But it's going to take a lot of work.
Great to see the Stars of tomorrow here, putting out ball girl this afternoon. The Stars of today, that's what it's all about. Inspiring the next generation. Home games here at Cowles Stadium next 3 weeks. We'll be back here Labour weekend next Sunday, the following weekend as well. After the Pouākai, I think they're the last team to have a home game, so it's just great to be back in the home gym. Capacity crowd, very much amongst the festivities. No doubt we'll be making some noise for the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. We're underway, and they win the tipple. It was anticipated brilliantly there by Crystal Ledger-Walker. So Kāhu will open with first possession. As Palvas now fires away from deep. Can't get it to connect, and Michaela Can, the experienced Australian point guard, has it now.
For the Pouākai, forcing that contested three to start the game for the Kāhu is definitely what you want. And speaking of what you want, a nice open look off an on-ball screen for Hayley Reynolds. That is a beautiful start for the Pouākai.
Certainly is. Hayley Reynolds playing over in Australia, out of Indiana in the United States. Opens her account early as Palvas this time puts her head down. Strong finish. And a whistle and a foul on McGoldrick. A trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Shivi Palvas, man, she is a beast. We'll see that on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay, going downhill, and that's what she does. She loves to go hunt mismatches, gets to the rim, super physical. Let them hear about it as well, and it's dangerous for the Pouākai. We've seen them run a very short rotation over the last 2 games, even shorter now without Cass Brown. They can't afford to get in foul trouble.
Completes the three-point play as Palvas. There's Can now, draws the foul at the other end. See Michaela Can showing that aggressive intent early. We've already seen her distribution and facilitation early in season 2024. 13 assists, a Pouākai record in their opening game of the season against the Fire. But equally capable to go at it herself.
And she's 30 years old now, so a lot of experience, has played a lot of NBL 1 with Logan Thunder and had a couple of seasons with WNBL, even won a championship with the Townsville Fire. So she definitely has that experience and knows what it takes to be a high-level team. Like we said, a really good facilitator, but just a very clever basketball player, so knows when to take it for herself as well.
And another foul there on the Pouākai. Forbes. Looks like it's going to go on Mackenzie Forbes. Right smile there.
And you like that physicality. You know, Kāhu are very physical as a squad, so Pouākai looking to give it back a little bit. But again, can't afford to be too overzealous, otherwise they're going to be very much in trouble in terms of having a very short bench tonight.
There's Ledger walking out, going to her left, spin. Stay in front there by Can. There's Davidson now. She'll light this match up and gets it to go early. Panita Davidson from the elbow.
And typically she likes to operate from down low and bully ball and low seal catches. So to see her operating out of a higher part of the key could be very dangerous for the Pouākai tonight as Mackenzie Forbes get into her pattern. Pull-up jumper.
Good work there by Rabati initially. Might have got a finger in the eye as well. Unfortunately wasn't spotted by the court official. If you're a Pouākai fan, and Kāhu coming the other way. Ledger Walker now. Palvas again going back to Davidson. Why not? Good work there on that occasion by McGoldrick getting the hand in.
Yeah, Izzy Roderick has been really good defensively. 3 steals a game for her. And obviously has that length and the strength to match Panina. A little bit of a mismatch, but if you can get the ball out of her hands and out of that dead zone, obviously Panina very strong from that low block position. If you can get her out of that position and force them to play a baseline out of bounds, you're definitely very happy.
Tidy up work required there by Sam Panwit. Get back underway here with a baseline inbound to Pyatt. It's fine, but Palvas down low. 1 foot, rattles around and out. Renal with the rebound.
Big position here for the Pouākai, 3 points in 2 minutes. They're going to need something else.
Lovely pass. Rabati makes the Kāhu pay, but Mackenzie Forbes, that was lovely.
Yeah, Mackenzie Forbes, a very smart basketball player. Had a few years at Harvard and her grad year at USC, which is a high-caliber Div 1 team, averaging 5 assists a game, which is the second in the team. So we're going to see a lot of on-ball action with her and Michaela coming out of on-balls and trying to find shooters. Great to see as well the Pouākai popping now, trying to get their bigs on the three-point line, which just see that physicality from Tupea. To no surprise, Tupea, a very physical basketball player.
He's selected 28th overall in the 2024 WNBA draft. Mackenzie Forbes getting down under to Australia, the NBL 1 South. Now here in Tauihi League in New Zealand. There's an illegal screen there on Michaela Can. So Kāhu getting another opportunity. Pouākai with a 1-point lead. Just a little bit static here from the Kāhu. They'll take their time, go to one of their focal points offensively. A bit of bully ball by Thomas and good work by the Pouākai.
It's great work there from Sian Rabati. If anyone in this Pouākai team wants to withstand physicality, it's going to be her. And it was a great double there from Michaela Can and finishing that possession. Really good for the Pouākai. Can they get a bucket here? That's going to be the important part.
Back with Can, 8 on the shot clock. She puts her head down, might get the roll, will get the roll.
How good is Michaela Can? We've talked about her distributing tendencies, but also with a great ability to get downhill. Very strong, very quick and athletic, changes her pace really well. Nice finish off the glass.
Just the start of the Pouākai we're after. Good ball movement here though by the Kāhu. Lovely bullet pass from Polvast, finding Thomas down low.
Kāhu definitely a team that play with a lot of patience and a lot of poise. They don't necessarily like to push the pace, but they play with really great composure and just earn themselves really nice uncontested looks.
There's Reynolds, kicks it out to Rabati in the corner, looking for back-to-back trays. Sian Rabati.
Looking like she wants to earn a permanent position in the starting lineup, Sian. And you can just see that intention from the Pouākai bigs here with Haley and Sian getting to the three-point line, forcing Thomas and Panina to also play defense on the perimeter.
Answer there though by the Kāhu. Good start this. Top team in the league. Coming down to Christchurch. Continue their unbeaten start of the season. Floater just asking a little much there, Mackenzie Forbes.
It's a really tough look there for Mackenzie Forbes, but the ball movement was really nice. Got the DHO on the second side action for her to come downhill, but just took a really tough contested look. Always hard to make a floater from that amount of distance. Probably could have worked the ball a little bit more for something a little easier.
Defense chant ringing around Cowles as Tupai gets the screen from Davidson. And again, a lovely find. Ledger Walker likes that spot. Around the world and out. Oh, and how about the precision pass? Rabati, she's up to 8 points for the quarter, Sian Rabati.
It has been a start and a half from Rabati. This is a game where she could definitely thrive. She loves the physicality and loves the aggressiveness, loves the competitiveness. She's really come alive.
Tupai, though, straight back at you. He's caught napping a touch there, the Pouākai.
For this game, Tupea was 12 from 20 from the three-point line of the last 2 games. That's 60% over 2 games. Just incredible. She is high-caliber talent. Looking for her second MVP, maybe, of Tauihi.
Yeah, so good to see her back after that shoulder injury was so disruptive in season 2023. And she has started, as you alluded to there, Maya, with a Hudson Aurora in season 24. 2 shots forthcoming here from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. I mentioned with this hot start from Sian Rabati, she actually becomes the 4th New Zealand player to bring up 300 career Tauihi points.
Yeah, a great feat for Sian Rabati, who's obviously grew up in Auckland and spent some time overseas. She's played various campaigns, got her a Tall Ferns debut earlier this year, playing in NBL 1 with the KC Cavaliers. Has really found a home of that as well. So to see her return back home and really make her mark on this Tauihi League, awesome for Sean, and so young too. Such a great future ahead of her.
Kāhu back in front by 1, 4:15 to play in the first. Can slowing things down. What can she do? She can find McGoldrick. Talia Tupaia, filthy. Thought there was a push there for McGoldrick to get as free as she was.
Yeah, Tupaia, you can really take advantage of the fact that she's very physical, because it means she also gets a little bit emotional with the referees. And if you can get her emotional a little bit in her head, you're going to get good results. And we're just going to see a little bit of back and forth now.
Right on cue, Maya. She's found an enemy in Hayley Reynolds. See there on the GJ Garden Homes replay, just a little kia ora. Welcome to New Zealand, welcome to the Tauihi League.
And look, you like that, right? Hayley Reynolds also a really good competitor, and I think she loves a little bit of that fierceness, clearly not letting the chat get to her head. But you like that hard show there from the Pouākai, looking to blitz Tupaia. So she's very effective coming out of on ball. She can create for herself, for others. She's pretty unstoppable and crafty and patient coming off on ball. So blitzing her and trying to get the ball out of her hands is a good move here from the Pouākai. Just going to be careful how overzealous on their physicality that they are.
You don't want to see those fouls rack up too much, as you mentioned, Maya, with that relatively shallow rotation the Pouākai are operating with at the moment. No Cassandra Brown, if you're just tuning in to this contest, out with a back injury. It's good to see Abby Cabillo arrive just today.
Indeed, I think she just got off the plane a few hours ago, actually. So I don't think Paul was going to expect her to suit up so early, but she'll be with us for the remainder of the season, which is awesome to see, and good to see that Pouākai have finally filled their 5th import spot.
Tupaia with free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, makes them both. What do the Pouākai have in response? Probably won't see a Reynolds-Tupaia matchup, but you never know. This Can up high. Little floater, not too far away, rebounded by Davison. Into the ball game, Chloe Forster as well, the Australian off the bench.
She's been a great driving force for the Kāhu off the bench. Definitely starting talent. If we see another foul there for the Pouākai, and the bonus should be Rabati's first. And you can just see the Kāhu trying to capitalise on that side's advantage. They're doing it to all the teams in the league. All their 3 wins have definitely come from their interior presence. And it's pretty hard to stop when you've got 2 bigs like that. You can just see the intention really to try and pip the Pouākai in that sense.
See Mari Thomas back, returning to the Kāhu. Massive season last year, of course. Title winning year. Kāhu now up by 3. This Can looks to coordinate and run this offense. Forbes now behind the back. Step back from the elbow. Oh, good rebound there, McGoldrick. It's just hit the foot there of a Kāhu player. But back with Ezra now is 7 on the shot clock. Forbes, only 2-man action there, and Hayley Reynolds benefits.
I love the patience there from Mackenzie Forbes. Worked the ball nicely as Ezra almost with a steal. Good luck the patience there, as I was saying, from the Pouākai, and a great look for Hayley Reynolds. If you get her going, she could be hot.
Forster open in the corner, might get the shooter's roll, she won't. And there's a late whistle there. And the foul's going to go on Mullings, I believe, who just entered the ball game. A little bit too aggressive on the offensive rebound, Megan Mullings. And this is the value, isn't it, Maya, of the strength of the Kāhu's roster on their local side. They're bringing Australians and Americans off the bench. They are deep.
Indeed, it's not really what you expected to see after we brought in the new import rule, to see, Kiwis in the starting lineup, but you got really strong Tulfa and Tupea and Panina and Crystal Ledger-Walker. And then, you know, like you said, having those pieces come off the bench. I've still got Lily Returno to put in. Very impressive to see what they can conjure up as Michaela can. Again, really trying to generate some kind of offense for the Pouākai. Might be her 4th or 5th time trying to go downhill and create something.
Speaking of locals for the Pouākai, Ashley Strawbridge into the ball game. Had a great outing in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
Yeah, she had just played shy of 1 minute in their game against the Five and didn't suit up against the Hoiho, so great to see her in so early.
Here's Davidson. Good work there by Strawbridge, just being disruptive late in the shot clock, forcing a tough look as Mullings comes flying through, competing on the rebound, and it ends up back with the Pouākai.
If you can force Panita into a fadeaway jumper, you've done a really good job defensively.
There is Ashley Strawbridge, and how about that for impact? Offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. Pouākai now up by 3. And a turnover on the Kāhu side. Can finds McGoldrick down low. To kick it back out. Patience here by the Pouākai. A little over a minute to go in the first quarter. Rabati. She's been influential. She adds another. She's into double digits now, Shana Rabati.
Shana Rabati wants that starting lineup piece, and she is working for it at the moment. Mackenzie Forbes being very patient off that on-ball screen as well. And with the switch coverage, you can just see Sean slipping out a little bit early, able to get the advantage and get the catch. Interesting that they have such a big interior presence right now offensively, despite being the shorter team. And it looks like the Pouākai have really adjusted to a Kāhu scout, and this is probably their best luck they've had offensively. They've really struggled to find their flow so far in the first 2 games.
Timeout called there by Pouākai coach Paul Flynn. He'll be relatively happy, Maya, but cognizant of that foul situation. That was Rabati's 2nd, I believe, to go along with Hayley Reynolds' 2nd. We'll know Cassandra Brown as well. It's that delicate balance, isn't it, between aggression and getting in the coin officials' bad books.
100%. It's very difficult balance as well. Like, the Kāhu are very physical, and the only way to combat 2 really big physical bodies is to be physical back, and sometimes you really just can't help yourself. But it is, you know, really essential that they are careful, because the Kāhu are going to capitalise on that. You know, if you are Coach Jody, you are going to realise the short rotation that the Pouākai run and try to go downhill on that. I mean, for example, against the Rio, they literally did only play 5 players. Tara played, 6 players. Tara, the 7th player, played 37 seconds, and that's it. You know, and tonight they're going to have to go a little bit deeper, but size-wise, they don't really go much deeper than Reno, McGoldrick, and Rabati. Next up is 20-year-old Bunna, or Vitolia, sorry, who hasn't really played a lot of minutes, you know, at all so far. So, yeah, for them, they're going to have to be a little bit more disciplined.
Crowd in at Cowles, enjoying their GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball for the first time in season 2024.
I don't think these boys realise they're on camera. Oh, there comes the Gangnam Style.
So 23-18, Pouākai in front. It's a little under a minute to go in the first quarter. Shana Rabati on promotion to the starting lineup. 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting, including a couple of threes. It's worth noting, Maya, as we take in these Amari Thomas free throw attempts from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, we have seen the Pouākai's first free throw miss of the season. It took 2 full games and just a little under a quarter, but it's finally happened.
That's got to be a Tauihi record, surely.
Oh, Mike Lacey will be all over it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Mike Lacey, can you give us the Lacey Lowdown official stats?
So
Is that a record?
They are now 30 from 31 for the season.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Michaela Cam, what are you doing? Strawbridge again. And how about this? Off the bench. Very limited opportunity so far, and she is making it count here on her home floor.
And interestingly, Bunna or Vitolia Tuilevi into the ball game as well. So Paul Flynn looking to go a little deeper in his lineup today, especially so early in the game, first quarter.
Great hustle there by Can to slap it away and down to Strawbridge. Shot clock off. Pouākai up by 5. And they find the exclamation point on this quarter as Forbes just pushes Palvast out of the way. Unhappy with the call, but I don't think you can argue with it. And that'll be her second.
And this is exactly what they wanted to avoid. And fouls like that as well, ones you really can't avoid.
Oh, just missed it there as we took in the replay, but it was a rifling pass down court. Amari Thomas misses the contested layup. Great quarter for the home team, the Mainland Pouākai. They are right in this one, up 25 points to 20 at quarter time. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium here in Christchurch. GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi Aotearoa League, and it's all happening. We've just had a half-court shot made in the quarter break. The home team are up by 5 against the defending champions. Nick Bewley here with Maya Williamson alongside. So take in, here is the half-court shot. Oh, you can just see it there rattling. How good.
The MC going crazy as well. Flying like a Pouākai.
It's just been that kind of afternoon, hasn't it, for the hosts?
Oh, look, it has indeed, and probably a start they may not have been expecting as Panina Davidson's going to start the quarter on the bench. An interesting decision given the deficit at the moment.
Here's Hayley Reynolds with it, Michaela Can. It's really been a collective effort too by the Pouākai as Forbes wide on that 3, but tied it up by McGoldrick. Shot clock won't go again, so they need to put up a prayer, perhaps unaware of the situation. That won't count from Can.
Possession left begging there for the Pouākai, who had such a good offensive start. Kind of contrast to the offensive starts they've had against the Whai and the Hoiho. But a good defensive start if you're the Kāhu. It's going to matter what they do here offensively.
Tupaia, Thomas, Palvast, Ledger Walker and Forster on the floor for the BNZ Northern Kāhu. And there is Crystal Ledger Walker. Much needed corner 3.
Only shooting 27% from beyond the arc over the last 3 games. So nice to see one go through the rim for her. That's going to stretch this Pouākai defense and force them to play kind of defense across all 5. Opening up some driving lanes for the Kāhu as well, as they have a very good start to this quarter.
There's Thomas now using her strength, but Rabati up for the challenge. There's Reynolds jostling for position with Palvast. They'll kick it back out. Again, late in the shot clock. McGoldrick puts her head down. Strong finish and the whistle and a foul.
That is the perfect answer for the Pouākai, who have a little bit slow start these last few possessions. As we'll see that once again on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Sees the mismatch between her and Crystal Ledger-Walker, likes it. Is really able to use her length. She's got very deceptively long arms, and once she gets downhill in any kind of advantage, you can really outstretch out in front of the defence and get that little bucket off the glass.
Can't complete the three-point play, but there is Sian Rabadi, of course. And McGoldrick now. Oh, how about it? Michaela Can going deep into her bag there.
Defying the laws of physics a little bit with that touch off the glass. A little bit of English in there.
Pouākai now up by 6. Just sense the frustration evident for the Kāhu. Although there's a long way to go. They've got themselves a battle here as Tupaia misses that 3. Forbes the other way in motion. Can't get it to go. Thomas with the rebound.
Very slow start so far from Talia Tupaia, who clearly is the star of the show for this Kāhu squad, averaging 21 points a game, only on 5 currently.
And another missed 3. Just feels like they're settling just a touch more at this point in time. Perhaps just, again, credit needs to go to the Pouākai's defensive system and the scout. As Forbes finds Reynolds, she'll pull up from 18 feet. And there, another offensive rebound. And Michaela Can is doing it all.
All love for Michaela Can, an absolute girl boss, up to 9 points now. And that was her 4th rebound too. One of the smallest in the team is Michaela Can. Also a massive shout out to her, currently a solo mother of 3 kids as her husband is with the Brisbane Bullets. She's somehow managing that busy schedule and running a business. So she can do it all. She is a girl boss to the max.
Outstanding. Love to see it as the Kāhu do get a response there at the offensive end. Rabadi just getting a bit caught there. Really, a little bit unfamiliar bringing the ball up the floors. Forbes now patient. The deflection falls to Rabadi. Can in the corner. She can do no wrong. And that won't be the last dad joke of the season, Mike.
It's good. You love to see it. You love to see it. You are a dad. You've really got to embody that.
Thank you.
But great. That's awesome from the Pouākai, right? In a very empty position until that kick out. And you love to see, you know, making something out of nothing. It was Amari Thomas. The offensive foul. All things Pouākai at the moment.
Yep. Down by 9, the defending champs. 3-0 to start the season, and unsurprisingly, a timeout called by Kāhu coach Jodie Cameron, who's firing some words at the coin officials' direction.
It's not what I expected from this Kāhu team, who have, again, looked so strong so far, and they haven't really had too many lulls where they've been down by so much or lost their rhythm, and, you know, I didn't expect to see it against a short-handed Pouākai team, that's for sure.
Well, I don't think anyone really did, Maya. You think back to our pre-game mix and pick poll, which I'd have to have a glance at some stage, but I think it was around 17% thought the Pouākai would win. Most people favouring the Kāhu by 11 plus. That seems a long way away now. As Hoop Heads rolls on. Tauihi's ramped up. Thursday nights at 6 o'clock. NBA season, of course, not too far away. WNBA finals. It's all going hoops at the minute.
Yeah, all things basketball. We love to see it, as we see some future Pouākai stars, I believe. MC's really getting in the spirit. Don't you love to see that? And I'm very curious to see what the comms was like out of that timeout for the Kāhu. What adjustments are they going to make? They've taken Amari Thomas off, which is interesting given that was her first foul, and she's up to 12 points now, 6 from 6 from the free throw line, sorry. And really the only one that's generating a lot offensively. The next top scorer outside of that is Talia Tupaia with 5.
Just wonder if it's just a short breather there for Thomas to get even further instruction after that timeout, but let's see what the Pouākai can do at the other end. As Forbes now, somehow doesn't fall. Now would have opened up a double-digit lead, forced her the other way. Ratano into the ball game, wide open. and drains it. Kāhu far and above the other teams in terms of three-point percentage shooting so far in season 2024, 38% from deep. And a much-needed three there by the Australian.
And that's a really great look from the outside. Obviously, they love to go inside and feast in that way or get free throw looks. So to get their outside shooting open now, and Watano plays a really good role as a supporting piece to these rest of these Kāhu stars. It might just be what they need to extend the floor a little bit for them. And then another foul going against the Pouākai. That's three.
And I was about to say 3 on Forbes. Just what Coach Flynn would have been after. As the Kāhu now look to go back-to-back. Get on a bit of a run of their own. Down by 6. Lovely pass to Paya and silky finish at the rim from Davidson. That's more like the Kāhu we've become accustomed to.
I like that adjustment from Jodie Cameron there, getting the off-ball screen for Tapaya, freeing her up to then use the on-ball. We know she's so crafty out of that, and if it's only a single coverage, it's Michaela can. Yes, she can. Her second triple of the game. And after that, Tapaya, Davidson pick and roll. That's exactly what Pouākai would have wanted.
15 points now for Can. That's coming off course after that 13 assists in the opening game of the Pouākai season. She is the floor marshal, general, call it what you like. There's Reynolds now. Oh, miscommunication there. Somehow they stay with it. Late in the shot clock. McGoldrick can't get it to go. Reynolds fights for the rebound and is rewarded. Pouākai possession.
It's clear that this team is the team that leads the league in offensive rebounds. 13.5 a game. We'll take another look at that on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. It's a tough little fadeaway there from Ezra McGoldrick. And just see Reynolds flying across.
And how many times have we seen that on the baseline side too? Whether it's Michaela Can, Hayley Reynolds.
Yeah, it's something the Kāhu want to adjust to and become a little bit more aware of, because the Pouākai definitely will not stop that. I know they set a goal to become the best rebounding team in the league, and they are doing so at the moment. Another one for Mackenzie Forbes.
And then again, McGoldrick. Forbes just searching at the minute and finds it there. First field goal of the ball game, Mackenzie Forbes.
Look, she is a scorer and she's an absolute bucket getter. She hasn't had a lot of luck percentage-wise so far with the Pouākai. Probably putting up shots and volumes and not converting the way that she's used to. But if you can get a shot like that, you'll take it all day long.
Speaking of, Penina Davidson starting to get to work. Oh, what a pass. McGoldrick, though, can't finish. Keeps it in, though. Another offensive rebound. Forbes finds Can open. This will be 18. Stop it. Well, she's got 3 on her back, and she's putting 3 fingers up. Goodness gracious me, Michaela Can.
She just does it all. You know, you think of her as a facilitator, she comes into the game and proves everyone wrong. That is so impressive. Hasn't had a sub yet, I don't think, either.
No, bang on. Every minute, every second. And a double-digit lead. 43-32. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. That's how you shoot the ball, ladies and gentlemen.
Left wide open as well for the Kāhu. She's hit 3 now. You've got to run her off the line. And they're going to be searching for that shot all day long, the Pouākai. And the great thing about her is that she can also step back into that facilitator role and find other scorers. She's going to draw a lot of attention herself, so she'll be able to find other shooters too.
2:48 to go in the first half. Great hand, Forbes. Here come the Pouākai once more. Behind the back, razzle dazzle. Can's got 20. They're having a party here at Cowles.
They came up and showed up. The 6th assist as well for Mackenzie Forbes, putting on an absolute show.
Tupai now from the elbow, looking for an answer. It's not forthcoming. Forbes with a rebound. Well, who would have thought it's that way around, Maya? Forbes, the facilitator, and Can just flourishing. But now Forbes gets in on the act. Goodness me. The Pouākai are flying.
What an exciting showing, and this is really why, and it's rated E for entertainment. What a product the Pouākai have come out with today. Definitely knowing they were the underdogs. Maybe they got a sniff of that mix and pick voting and said, you know what?
They've taken offence.
Yeah, we'll see that again. That little GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Oh, that's going to make the highlight show.
Oh, if that's not number one highlight of the week, I don't know what is.
Free throws coming, meanwhile, at the Chemist Warehouse stripe as we calm down a touch. Chloe Forster makes the first for the Kāhu. Well, shell-shocked to say the least right now. Such has been the offensive explosion by the home team, the Mainland Pouākai, as Davidson gets the rebound but can't finish. Good hustle by the Kāhu. Just avoiding our corporate tables was Rutunu, as Kāhu again can't get a bucket to fall, and now another foul.
Goodness me, I don't have many words to describe what is happening right now.
That's rare.
Just see, I know, gosh, shut me up somehow. Michaela Can, you can do it to me. As she takes that charge, doesn't get called for it, but you just see so much stagnant offense for the Kāhu. Really struggling so far. For a team that averages 83 points a game, only 33 in this first half, and like we said, taking away the star power of Talia Tupea, who has led their team in scoring only with 5 now. Very surprising what the Kāhu have only been able to do so far. The Pouākai looking better than they ever have.
And now going deep onto the bench as well. Coach Paul Flynn, for the first time, Tata Manu Malonga into the ball game as Forbes, late lovely pass. Can just a little bit too much that time. Only a second miss in the ball game, but straight back to Strawbridge. Forbes Can hustling, but can't keep that one in.
And that was offensive rebound number 10 for the Pouākai. Those are rebounds that you don't want to give away in a game, let alone in just one half. If you're the Kāhu, as Paul Flynn, very animated on the sideline there. So plenty of second chance opportunities for the Pouākai, exactly what they thrive off, as Panina Davidson. That's what she thrives off.
Certainly does. Panina Davidson. Good second quarter from her. It's been all Pouākai. It's the big story right now. Up by 13. A moving screen. Foul there on Rabati. And her third as well. So that's probably the only minor point of frustration or concern for Coach Flynn is some of the fouls that have gone on his team. Rabati with 3, McGoldrick 3, and Mackenzie Forbes with 3 as well.
100%, but I think what's been really good about this rotation is that he's kind of trusted that bench a little bit more. Ashley Strawbridge has played a few more minutes off the bench, 5.5. Indeed, we have a BNZ player timeout.
Yeah, tickets to the big game, of course. Scan the QR code there as we take in this BNZ player timeout. 5,000 tickets in all to give away to school groups, sports groups, community groups. Come along and see the Tauihi game in action. You think it's good on Sky. Get a seat like us here at the actual gym.
Look, this is an absolute treat. Right next to the coaches as well. We really get it all.
International stars, local stars. As Forbes and Ledger Walker. Serious contact. Crystal Ledger Walker straight back up. Mackenzie Forbes still prone. Might have a slight delay here. And Hayley Renner was just about to check in for the Pouākai. It's a shame for Mackenzie Forbes. Hopefully she can shake that off.
The slightly relieving thing about the Tauihi League is that you actually get 6 personal fouls. So the 4 fouls in a half, typically in a regular game, would, be a little bit of a panic station. But, she's got that relief in that she's got 2 more fouls to give. So we'll definitely see her serve some time on the bench as we survey the Pouākai bench there. but definitely relieving for Paul, knowing that although he's got a couple players on 3, it's not too bad.
Legend Walker misses the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So Reynolds in for Forbes, who's on 4 fouls. Legend Walker makes the second. And another timeout called. This one, coach timeout. Coach Flynn just wants to talk things through for the Pouākai.
You can see him getting his whiteboard out there as well, maybe drawing up a play call to see if they can get a go-ahead bucket heading into that half-time point. The great thing about this as well is, you know, if they take up a short amount of time, they can possibly get another possession, get a player timeout, and possibly see what they can do out of that as well. You know, the options are endless here for the Pouākai, but they definitely want to bridge that gap just a little bit more heading into the half-time point. That'll make them feel very much, you know, happy with their performance so far and very strong going into the second half too.
Yeah, certainly not all said and done, is it, with a full half of basketball still to come, and the quality that the Kāhu do possess. I'm sure they'll look to make some adjustments when they come out here, or even to conclude this first half, but more so through into the second. Yet to lose in season 2024. The BNZ Northern Kāhu wins over the Hoiho, Whai, and most recently the Queens threw their paces on that occasion, winning 75-72. It's great to see the competitiveness early in season 2024.
100%. That's the great thing about these stacked Tauihi rosters, that you don't really know who's going to take the tip this year. And that's what makes it, you know, tenfold more exciting, is that every game really matters for these squads, and it could really go either way any given day.
Double team comes on Reynolds. Finds the open player. It's Strawbridge with the stroke. Gotta get it to go. Davidson rebound. They've got time here, the Kāhu. As Tupaia pushes the pace. Gets it to Thomas. Spins. Can't finish at the rim. And that should do it for the first half, as Michaela Can putting her body on the line. What a first half performance from the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. And the experienced point guard, Michaela Can, contributing all over the court. 20 points on 7 of 9 shooting, flawless from beyond the arc. 4 rebounds as well. Super impactful to help the Pouākai through to a 12-point buffer at the break. And we're going to go to Michaela Can now. She's standing by with Maya.
Well, heck of a start for you, Michaela Can. You're absolutely flying. But for the team, what has gone well so far? Such a great start for you guys.
Yeah, I think just controlling what we can. I think our energy on defense has been really good, and that was a focus from the start, and that opens up the floor on offense for us.
What do you think you're going to have to adjust to coming into the second half? You know, there are still things you probably can improve on. What do you think those are?
Yeah, I think just patience offensively. I think that when we don't have anything, we've still got other options, and just making them play 2-3 sides of the floor on defense and tire them out that way.
Awesome. Good luck for the second half.
Thanks, Ethan.
Half-time here at Cowles Stadium, and the Mainland Pouākai have treated their faithful fans to a clinical opening 20 minutes. 48 points to 36. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more to come on Sky. Did you get a printout? Do you mind asking? Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. We're just being treated a fantastic kapa haka performance by Tapuna Karikari of Te Paorakai Hautu. On the back of a sensational first half by the home team with celebrating Maya Williamson. 48 points to 36 against the defending champions. She spoke to Michaela Cann there on halftime. What a sensational performance from her. Felt like her game is more about distribution and facilitation, but 20 points as we take a look inside the Pouākai dressing room. 20 points on 7 of 9 shooting and a perfect 3 from 3 from deep. How good?
Look, I think that's the great versatility of this Pouākai squad, is that they have someone that can show out on any given day. As we take a look, they're very focused on what Paul Flynn has to say. Yeah, they can really do, you know, someone else can step up on each given day, like I was saying. And today it's Michaela Cann. 20 points. Should be happy with 20 points at the end of a game. 20 points, 5 rebounds. And interestingly, only the 1 assist, but she hasn't really needed to facilitate. The facilitator has come from Mackenzie Forbes. There is Michaela Cann. Yeah, she's really shown her veteran presence in the way that she shot the ball, got him downhill, got to the free throw line, 3 or 4 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. They'll be very much happy with the way they're performing at the moment. You know, not only her, but Sian Rabati getting going as well with 10 points. Mackenzie Forbes just caught fire a little bit at the tail end of that quarter. And the interesting thing here is Mari Thomas, great half from her, 12 points. Penina with a solid 8, but Tupea only with 5 points. Someone who leads the Kāhu in scoring, 22 points a game, only with 5, and only shot 1 from 3. So hasn't actually, you know, put up anything or looked to put up anything, which is super surprising. And you see the rebounding battle has been completely won by the Pouākai so far. McGoldrick with 6. Michaela Cann, who is their point guard, with 5. And then Rabati, Reno and Forbes 3 each. Obviously the rebounding presence has come from Davidson and Thomas, so no surprise. Mackenzie Forbes dropping 6 dimes, and we're not surprised by seeing Crystal Leja-Walker leading the Kāhu with 4 as well. And great supporting cast outside of that.
Yeah, the rebounding, 24 to 14, says a lot, particularly for the Pouākai without Cassandra Brown, who's out with a back injury, who's been such a presence in the paint as well. If you're Jodie Cameron right now, we don't have the camera in there at the minute. I think it would be quite a different story.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Might be rated something else rather than E. But what do you anticipate in all seriousness that Jodie would be saying right now in terms of the adjustments and those key effort areas that she'd like to see in the second half?
Look, the biggest thing for me is the rebounding battle. That's 10 offensive rebounds for the Pouākai. That is directly translated to 14 second chance points, which is way too many for the Pouākai, and you know they are trailing by just that much. So that'll be the biggest thing for me for the Kāhu.
It'll be interesting to see, won't it? We are not too far away from the second half. Will it be more of the same? Certainly those here in attendance at Cowles Stadium will be hoping so. The Mainland Pouākai for the first time in season 2024 in their home gym, and with a 12-point lead heading into the second half. Oh, yeah. Oh, good to see the boys are in. Is that Tama and Quinn?
Oh, yeah, Quinn. New head coach of the Rams. Big appointment, isn't it?
Yeah, quick transition from player to head coach. Just skips about 6 rungs of the ladder.
Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to...
Welcome back to Cowles Stadium. All in readiness for the second half of this GJ Garden Homes Tauihi Aotearoa contest, with the Pouākai upsetting the apple cart so far. As we take a look back at our mix and pick poll, 17% with the Pouākai. You feel like that number isn't a reflection of where they're at the minute, leading by 12. It certainly felt like, I know a game of basketball, game of any sport isn't one on paper, but you looked at these two teams, you looked at their form coming in, and it was hard not to go with the Kāhu. And look, there's still 20 minutes of basketball to come, but you know, a long way to get back into this game.
Indeed. Look, I'm born and raised in the 03, and even then I was like, yeah, no way the Pouākai can put the strong Kāhu without Cass Brown. And look, we've just been proven wrong. Pouākai have come out far. It looks as though we've been proven wrong for the first half.
So far, yeah.
I've got to stop bleeding the Canterbury Red, as Casey Frank has told me. I'm so sorry. But the Kāhu are a talented squad, and we're going to see some fire coming out of this halftime break, and definitely some offensive adjustments. Let's see what they can cook up.
Well, it's a good test for them, isn't it? I feel as Paulas misses from free throw stripe. Not to suggest that there's been any complacency, but in the situation they're in, real test to their mettle. There's an offensive foul called, and it's going to go on Shana Rabati. So that'll be her 4th. Like I mentioned in the first half, 6 fouls allowed in Tauihi. Now, both Mackenzie Forbes and Sian Rabati walking that tightrope, so to speak, on 4 fouls.
And if you're the Kāhu, they're definitely going to recognise that and try to take advantage of that sense and maybe attack downhill on them and put them in some uncomfortable situations. It was a wide open look for Mackenzie Forbes on the 3-point line before Sian Rabati whistled for that one too, so quite unfortunate.
Chevy Palvas gets the roll there, and the Kāhu with the first points. What a pass! Can to Reynolds. And Davidson ends up committing the foul. Didn't even have to adjust her running motion there. Hayley Reynolds put on a plate by Michaela Can. Chemist Warehouse strike to shoot 2.
That's that versatility of Michaela Can, was a scorer in the first half, looking like she's going to be a facilitator so far in the second. And for the Kāhu, a positive sign that Penina's only on 1 foul. You know, she's averaged around 4 fouls a game so far. So good to see her staying out of that foul trouble, and that means that Jodie can play her quite a few minutes at the tail end of this game.
Here's Palmas once more. Thomas, lovely pass to Tupaia, can't finish. As Forbes now pushing the pace, and Tupaia with the hand. This frustrating afternoon for Talia Tupaia continues.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. She was drafted in the WNBA in 2017, was the MVP of Tauihi in 2022, has led the Kāhu in scoring. It's just not the Talia Tupaia we've seen over the last few years.
There's Can now on 20 points in the first half. Reynolds curls around top of the 3, can't get it to go. Ledger Walker now pushing the pace. What a nutmeg. Mackenzie Forbes there, but stolen by Rabati. Here is Reynolds. Spin. Looks to use the backboard. And again, another offensive rebound. Those second chance opportunities. Here's one for Rabati. And another. Hayley Reynolds. Forbes, oh, great finds. Great find, Mackenzie Forbes, her 7th assist of the ball game. And Sian Rabati is up to 12 points.
And that's what you call second chance opportunities, third chance opportunities. Interesting, the Kāhu not even jumping to contest those offensive rebounds. Talia Takai just accepted her fate on that one. And that means that they can just rotate the ball and get a single side action. And if you have a rolling Sian Rabati and a feeding Mackenzie Forbes, like, are going to come up with a bucket.
And there's a bit of frustration too on the no calls there on that Kāhu possession for the visitors. That intensity is just staying right at that high level from the Pouākai, fighting over screens, just making a nuisance of themselves at defensive end. And profiting offensively as McGoldrick gets her feet right. And it's a 16-point lead now.
Great contributions across the board for Pouākai now. McGoldrick continuing to get going, and again, just using her length to go downhill, likes her mismatch a little bit, and just has been a continuation of the offensive rhythm that Pouākai have found themselves in. And it's going to be what Kāhu need to do. Thomas cannot convert it, but she's kind of the glimpse of hope at the moment.
Well, it was notable, wasn't it, in the win over the Hoihos? 6 players in double-digit scoring. So they went on that 22-5 run to get the job done over their southern neighbours. And whatever happened in that contest has set them up well here on their home floor this afternoon, as Can has to get a one up late. Can't connect. And that was a rare offensive possession where that rhythm, that flow wasn't quite there.
Definitely. That's what Michaela Can spoke about at our halftime interview, is that, you know, they still need to sort out what happens when their offense actually breaks down. You know, it's all good and well you have your play call and you find a look off that, but if things break down, where do you go to from there? Possibly not where they want to go to, a heave at the end of the shot clock. So it's just finding out, you know, what else can they do and what can they bring out of the bag when all things kind of break loose.
There's Can now. McGoldrick. So Reynolds. And good work there, Chevy Palvas. But again, the bounce of the ball all the way on the Pouākai as McGoldrick finds Reynolds up high. And nothing but nylon from Hayley Reynolds.
She's such a versatile scorer, and McGoldrick there drew the double team, recognised that fact. Hayley Reynolds was left all alone on the three-point land. That's not what you want to do if you see her out there. And the Kāhu with an empty position themselves so far.
And in the end, Amari Thomas gets them out of a hole there. 17 points is the margin as we're near the midpoint of the third quarter. And go back to Reynolds. Good hand there by Thomas. A much needed steal for the BNZ Northern Kāhu.
And, you know, defensive end of things very important. So is the offensive end. Talia Takai, and that could be dangerous. You know, she can flip a switch and change a game in a matter of possessions. Is this the flick of a switch that the Kāhu needed?
A quick 5-0 run from the Kāhu. Subs about to come in too for the Pouākai. Ashley Strawbridge waiting for her cue. And another foul drawn. This one's going to go on Forster. So we'll take a look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And a 50-50 call there, perhaps.
She definitely tried to get that offensive foul call, and Paul Flynn will be thanking the basketball lords. That wasn't Sian Rabati's 5th foul. And again, nice to see the fact that he's rotating his bench just that little bit more. Ashley Strawbridge, 7 minutes now for her. Didn't even play in the game against the Hoiho. Has earned her stripes, that's for sure, today.
Yeah, off the back of a really impressive outing in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, which was won by the Kāhu, as Thomas again with a steal. Forster. Injection of pace. They go to Thomas down low. Unsurprisingly, double team comes and she gets the second one to go. Flexes on him as well, Amari Thomas.
Talk to him, Thomas. That's what they need at the moment, right? Like, it's been a little bit stagnant, bit of a lull from their players who expect to give big numbers. Panina and Tauihi Basketball, although touch wood, because Tauihi Basketball is probably heading up a little bit now, but Thomas has been an absolute force to be reckoned with. A triple team couldn't stop her. You want to get the ball back to her if you're the Kāhu, gain a little bit of momentum in that way, and then find your offense outside of that. She has been such a beast. Pouākai, no answer for her so far.
All of a sudden, 11-point game. Where do the Pouākai go? To Can. She puts her head down and gets it to go. Absorbs the contact, Michaela Can. Her first points of the second half. She's got 22.
It's not too bad at basketball, old Michaela Can, and it's a bit of a battle of the stars at the moment as Thomas gets an easy two. They can't afford to keep allowing her to catch the ball in that position. Once she gets it in that low block, she's likely to score. She's so strong. Such a great touch off the glass too.
19 now for Amari Thomas. And Strawbridge now, just losing the handle. It was the right idea, just couldn't quite execute. Kāhu the other way. Forster. She'll pull up. Can't connect. Rabati with the rebound.
Forster definitely someone that puts up shots in bunches. She is averaging a relatively low field goal percentage, but has also been a very key force coming off the bench for the Kāhu. You know, she can shoot those in. Mackenzie Forbes can shoot them too. It's her third three-point bucket of the game.
I think she might have missed the first couple as well, so certainly found her rhythm from deep. Mackenzie Forbes. In fact, all her points coming from three-point land to go along with her 7 assists. Forster, late in the clock, goes herself, bounce pass, lovely find. Thomas up to 21.
And Forster just so willing to go downhill. Much of the beneficiary of the Kāhu offense finds again Thomas, who can't afford to help off her as backcourt violation.
Oh, some fantastic gymnastics along the sideline to keep the ball in play. It was an aggressive contest for the ball right on that half-court line, but I don't mind the no call from a foul standpoint at least. And it is a backcourt violation in the eyes of the coin officials.
You'd love to see the coin officials allowing these women to play with a lot of physicality. You know, they're very much proving that girls also play with a high level of aggressiveness. And you've got to let that kind of thing go. And in the spirit of the game, that Thomas Rabati matchup, very exciting so far. Love the passion and aggressiveness from them both.
Rabati's come out. And Reynolds gets the assignment on Thomas, but no one can stop Amari Thomas right now. Up to 23.
She is so good. There's no other words to describe it. She is so good.
Forbes to McGoldrick. Looks that left-hand side, can't get it to go. And the momentum all of a sudden with the visitors. Forster. Surely they go back to Thomas. They do. Strawbridge, double team comes from McGoldrick. It's got to be someone open. Eventually it's Davidson. Basket won't count. 3 in the key. That extra pass. And a shake of the head. Let's take another look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
It's so tough for the Kāhu. What a great look. If you're doubling on Thomas, you've got to make sure your weak side defenders are aware of any cutters. And Crystal Ledger-Walker, the facilitator, as always, are definitely going to go back to that despite the 3-second call.
Can't get it to Strawbridge in the corner. It's a tough pass. As Amari Thomas takes a seat with just a little under 90 seconds to go in the third.
And what a showing from her, 23 points, 57% field goal. 7 from 7 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists as well.
Just put the Kāhu back in business, and they cut it to single digits. Davidson, Pavas back to Davidson. And a whistle and a foul call. It'll be on Hayley Reynolds. Just pulled up a little ginger.
You kind of feel as though the size advantage for the Kāhu is really coming into play here. I think Pouākai have hid that mismatch quite well in the first half, and you know, a good majority of this quarter as well. But these last few positions, these last few minutes, Kāhu have really gone back to that size advantage, and it's very much worked for them. Are they going to get the ball back to Tipanina here? I wouldn't be surprised.
Tupaia going to do it herself, can't get that one to go, somehow ends up back with it and draws the foul on one of McGoldrick or Strawbridge. It's going to go on the latter, Ashley Strawbridge, and Quinn Tupaia, excuse me. Well, rugby mind on. Talia Tupaia heads to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot 2.
And good to see Kāhu taking a leaf out of the Pouākai book, getting offensive rebound there, and another chance at a possession. Talia Tupaia, if not Penina Davidson, she's going to be the one to get going. You know, I talked about them getting back to their size mismatch with no Amari Thomas on the court. Definitely want to get the ball into her hands, get her in some on-ball situations, see what she can cook up.
So the lead was 12 at half-time, and is now 8. Kāhu, to the surprise of few, showing their class and fighting back to get into this one as Mackenzie Forbes shows her class. All the way to the cup, back to double digits.
Much needed bucket there from Mackenzie Forbes. A few positions left begging for the Pouākai. Nice to see her use that change of pace and then that athleticism around the touch off the glass. Back out to double digits is exactly what you want for the Pouākai.
Tupaia now again, and that aggression. And another foul call. Side out of bounds. So Shan Rabadi is sitting out. She's on 5 fouls. 1 more to give. 4th there on McGoldrick. 4 on Forbes. On the Kāhu side, it's a pretty clean look, isn't it? Looking up at the stadium scoreboard. Ledger Walker, Mullings and Davidson on 2.
And given the fact that you get 6 fouls in Tauihi, you know, 2 is something you're not worried about at all, especially at this point of the game.
Tupaia makes them both at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Shot clock's off. Can held to just the 2 points in this third quarter. Tries to get the floater to go, can't. Ends up with Forster. There's time here for the Kāhu. Got to go. Ledger Walker, Pulvast puts it up. Oh, on far away. Well, the visitors have shown they've got plenty of fight in them. Exciting 10 minutes to come here at Cowles. Mainland Pouākai still in front by 8. Fourth quarter to come here at Cowles Stadium, where the hosts, the Mainland Pouākai, lead 64-56. That lady there, Amari Thomas, put in the Kāhu on her shoulders in that third quarter, Maya. Up to 23 points for the ball game now. And on the Pouākai side, fouls is a concern.
Yeah, to say the least, fouls is a concern. Fouls are plenty for the Pouākai. McGoldrick on 4. Luckily, we get 6 fouls in Tauihi. Sean on 5. Hayley Reno on 3. And Mackenzie Forbes on 4. You know, dangerous sidings, especially those guys, probably going to play a majority, if not the entire fourth quarter. And a couple of them with very key assignments guarding the big girls of Thomas and Panina. So, going to be interesting to see how they adjust to that heading into this last quarter.
Here come the Kāhu. Forster, corner 3. Strong rebound from Strawbridge. Of course, you can get involved in our mix and pick poll. Game MVP, unsurprisingly, Michaela Can out in front. 20 of her 22 points in that first half, but some love there for Sean Rabati as well, as Reynolds drains a 3.
Her second of the ball game now. 2 from 3 from beyond the arc, showing her versatility. She plays as a 5 in the squad, but can pick and pop easily, and if she's left open, she's going to smoke that one. It's Crystal Leger Walker off the glass, showing versatility in her game as well.
4 players now, the Pouākai in double digits, as Can and McGoldrick try and connect, but it just wasn't quite as clinical as it has been, and the Kāhu come away with it.
Only the 9th turnover of the game for the Pouākai. Very encouraging signs. Oh, that's not an encouraging sign.
That was just unfortunate, really. Bit of a dog's breakfast, that tip going up into the rim and then falling there for Thomas. A 7-point ball game. And this is where the Pouākai need to be extra wary. And that's great hustle from McGoldrick. Another offensive rebound for the Pouākai. Their 13th of the ball game. And McGoldrick earns herself a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And the 5th offensive rebound for Ezra herself. Those long limbs getting put to good use, that's for sure. And very important free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Been very impressed, though, with the way that Kāhu have recognised that Amari Thomas is absolutely eating up. And they're just going back to her every possession. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
McGoldrick makes them both. Back out to a 9-point lead. As Thomas sets the screen initially for Forster. Spins. Good work initially there by Strawbridge, is getting a bit of a pretzel on the floor, and that foul will go on the Pouākai.
Once again, Chloe Forster showing that will to get to the rim. We've seen plenty of it. She loves to push the ball. Absolute workhorse to go downhill. 29% field goal coming into this matchup after 3 games. So, you know, not the highest percentage, but gets to the free throw line like there is no tomorrow. Was 21 from 24 coming into today's matchup. So that's quite a lot of free throws to shoot over 3 games.
Can't make the first, Forster. There's a bit of excitement bruise for the potential of some free fouls, but second is made. 8-point game. As Can to get this offense in rhythm for the Pouākai. Strawbridge, plenty of ball movement, Can back with it. Just weighing up her options, finds Strawbridge, 3, loves it. Ashley Strawbridge relishing the opportunity here at the home gym.
Yeah, the home crowd erupts to see Ashley Strawbridge back on this floor for the first time in years and years. Thomas with a 3-ball of her own. Oh my goodness, up to 28 is Thomas. She has all the answers that the Kāhu need right now.
And her first 3-point attempt of the ball game as well, Amari Thomas. And of course she makes, as Forbes looks to respond. Settling there, the Pouākai.
And I just hear Paul Flynn to my left saying, we don't want to settle for that. And that's very true. You know, that's an early shot clock look, no paint touch, no ball movement, and a contested three.
An opportunity here for the Kāhu to Pye and look good from the minute it left her hand. Back-to-back trays. And all of a sudden, a 5-point game.
And all credit goes to Tapaya and Thomas for really leading this charge. Look, if Tapaya can have more time and space like that, may just flip to Kāhu's favour.
Great contest there by Davidson, but another offensive rebound. You guessed who, McGoldrick can't make it go, but Reynolds now. Well, the offensive rebounding has been nothing short of brilliant for the Pouākai. Late in the clock here as Forbes puts her head down. Can't get that to go with the left. Tupaya the other way. Can get it to within a possession here. The Kāhu all of a sudden is looking also rosy for the host. It's just gone a little quiet. About a foot out of bounds by Ledger Walker. As Rabati comes back in for Strawbridge. Lots of high fives on the bench for Ashley Strawbridge. Influential cameo. And we'll have ourselves a timeout called on the Pouākai side. 6 minutes, 8 seconds to play. And get involved in that game, MVP. You'd have to think that's a typo, Maya Williamson. Where on earth is Amari Thomas?
I'm not sure how...
I'm getting my phone out right now. You talk away.
Yeah, everyone at home, get your phone out and vote for Amari Thomas. 28 points in the game. I feel as though she should be really leading the percentage as well. 7 from 7 from the free throw line. 10 from 16 from the field for her, along with 6 rebounds and 2 assists as well. So she's all over the floor and has really single-handedly led this comeback. They've just fed her the ball and she's barely missed a right-hand layup. You know, she's just gotten back-to-back catches and that low block, you know, turning over her shoulder, getting off the glass. If the Pouākai can't stop that, it's going to be pretty dangerous as well. Tapaya starting to heat up from beyond the arc. Those 2 pieces there, very dangerous, and we've seen that's what's brought them back to a 5-point deficit.
Certainly has. Yeah, just Tupaya and Thomas in double-digit scoring for the Kāhu. They have started to send some different looks at Thomas. Double team, but as you say, Maya, then it's freed up. I likes it, Talia Tupaya, to get going here in the 4th. Rabati in on 5 fouls. They go to McGoldrick and she gets the roll. Just trying to get it, the kiss off the glass there, somewhat fortuitously falls in. And Thomas, well, Rabati, she gambled there. The unlikely intercept. And Amari Thomas now has a 30-piece.
And just when Pouākai find the answer they wanted offensively through Ezra McGoldrick, they just cannot stop Amari Thomas, and in all fairness, not many people can. She is a beast.
Forbes needed that, and she gives Talia Tupaya the too small as well. They're laughing about it on the way down the court. A bit more noise here in the gym now. 7-point ball game. To tick over 5 minutes to play. Fantastic start to the home program, the home schedule here for the Mainland Pouākai, and they get a stop finally in the paint.
And that's what you want. Force Thomas to put the ball on the floor and actually try to create something for herself rather than just turning and getting it off the glass. You can force her into an uncomfortable situation like that. Might have a little bit more success as Reynolds attacking, getting the foul.
And the foul's going to go on Thomas. 2 attempts coming from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. We'll take a second look. It was a great first move, wasn't it? From Hayley Reynolds to get to her left.
And I like that catch a little bit closer to that Chemist Warehouse stripe. Means that she can use her shot fake, draw the defense, and then attack out of that, and has the foot speed advantage on Thomas, that's for sure. And a little bit of a lazy reach there from Thomas, but I mean, a good job forcing Reynolds to work for her shots as opposed to just getting the easy two.
Splits the free throws as Reynolds. She's now got 13, all 5 starters for the Pouākai in double digits now. McGoldrick closing in on a double-double. She's got 10 and 9. 6 of those 9 rebounds at the offensive end. It's Davidson now trying to get going. Unable to do so.
Pretty quiet night by her standards as well. I believe she has not scored yet in the second half. A very surprising sentence to say about Panita Davidson, a well-known tool for and an essential part of this Tauihi squad.
We've got a foul there on Forster. Hit the canvas. Take a second look.
Just collapses on the floor there, possibly feels maybe a little bit unlucky. Had a couple of those 50-50 calls not go her way so far.
Another timeout called. There we go. People got voting at home. Thank you, Mari Thomas.
We influenced.
Closing in on Michaela Can. There's certainly been those two ladies at the fore offensively. Michaela Can doing that damage in the first half. 20 of her 22 points. And Amari Thomas now up to 30 points on 11 of 18 shooting.
And along with that, being a force on the defensive end as well. 3 steals for Amari Thomas. Apologies. Like I was saying, she's really led that comeback and that charge. Obviously, Talia Tupea getting going a little bit. Only 5 points at halftime, up to 15 now. Kind of found a rhythm a little bit more. Facilitating a little bit with 2 assists. Panita Davidson still a little bit slow to get her offensive rhythm, only up to 8, which again, quite surprising. She's a big body, a great presence, and obviously we've seen her be dominant in this league before.
And just little coming from the bench as well for the Kāhu. Just the 5 points off the bench. Largely reliant on their starters, but Forster and Rapano, the Australian duo.
Michaela Can up to 4 assists now as well. So again, leading that facilitating charge a little bit more as she did a bit more of that in that possession. Can't get that one to go.
They're certainly trying to find looks for Mackenzie Forbes, aren't they? Especially those after timeout plays, but again, quite early in the shot clock there. There's Davidson, dishes it off to Tupaya. That's fine. Here is Forster. Can't get that to go. Thomas will hustle in the rebound. Rifle it back to Talia Tupaya. And the whistle comes, and there's more bodies on the ground. Goodness me. All right, tangle. And the foul will go on Mackenzie Forbes. She's got just the one more to give, or is it going to be on Michaela Cannon, actually? Oh, they're going to say there's actually an issue with the stadium, and this is going to cause frustration for the Pouākai coach Paul Flynn, because obviously they're looking up, they're seeing that she's on 4 fouls. They're actually going to say she's on 6. I think it's going to be 5. I think there's just some confusion. Thanks.
Well, interestingly, the school bench actually held up the 5 panel and then the 1 to signify that it was 6. But from my understanding, that was only her 5th.
Well, here's the question. Is there actually the ability at the stadium to flash the 6th?
I don't think
there's very minimal space there, isn't there, between the 5th foul signal and the 1 and the 3.
It's not every day you get 6 fouls in a basketball game, you know.
Anyway, they do a fantastic job out scorer's bench. It's all been clarified. It was a 5th foul. So Forbes can stay in for now as Thomas just feasts. 6-point ball game. Thomas got 32. Almost half of their points. Goodness me.
You just can't let her get the ball so easily and allow her to just bully ball right over to her right hand. There she is, her 4th steal of the game, leading the transition charge. My goodness.
Tupaya open, big time bucket, drains it, loves it. timeout called. 3-point game, just a tick over 3 minutes to play. And the Kāhu have clawed their way back into this one. And there is a lot of nervous faces here at Cowles Stadium all of a sudden.
Well, you know, you don't never want to get complacent with a lead. We'll take another look at this massive tray ball there from Tauihi. And that's just what she does, right? She's so composed, such a veteran. Big-time players hit big-time shots, that's what they say. And these last 3 minutes going to be very interesting. Execution on both ends, essential for both sides. The Pouākai leaving positions begging this last quarter. Can they fix that? Get high-quality looks for high-quality shooters? Or Kāhu, are they going to continue this momentum? You know, the way things are going, they could get a tip in the end.
You wouldn't bet against it, that's for sure. Tauihi just the 5 points in the first half. And it was the lack of volume and just on the attempts as well. 1 from 3 from the field. Now up to 5 from 9. 4 of 8, excuse me. But all 4 makes from the field, coming from deep. Perfect at the Chemist Warehouse strike, 6 from 6. And alongside Amari Thomas has just willed the Kāhu back into this one.
She is such a beast with her 32 points, 12 from 19 from the field. That's 63%, 7 rebounds and 4 steals. No words to describe that kind of performance.
That 4 steals can't be understated as well, can it? She just fights and influences the game at both ends, as does Michaela Cann, who gets a bit of English on it. Tough finish from the Aussie. She's up to 24 points. Much needed bucket, to say the least, for the Mainland Pouākai.
They was missing one thing, and it was a flex. We'd love to see Michaela Cann flex after that. A huge bucket.
Tauihi. Oh, head contact there, and again a bit of body. Goodness me, getting a right tangle. Hayley Reynolds, and she is fuming. Tauihi on her haunches. There's a lot to unpack. Take a second look at it. Really going with a jump ball call in the end, which is going to go the way of the Kāhu.
You'd love the physicality there from Hayley Reynolds, forcing the ball out of 2 players' hands. A nice little tumble. Good to see both teams going to the floor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, the Pouākai, they did the right thing. They got her wider. They got her a little bit outside of, I mean, she doesn't feel like she has a non-comfort zone, but just a little bit further away from the cup. But she still makes it. 34 points now for Thomas. 3-point game, tick over 2 to play. Grandstand finish here at Cowles. Forbes, lovely handle, can't finish. Kāhu could tie it up here with a 3. Ledger Walker, oh, just hangs on the rim and doesn't drop.
Patience now essential for Pouākai. Things could have changed with a make there from Crystal Ledger Walker. A little relief breather, you could say, for the Pouākai now.
McGoldrick fighting her way to the rim, big time finish, and the foul on Tauihi. The local product coming up big down the stretch.
That is huge. We'll see that once again on the GJ Gardner Homes replay. Michaela Cann fizzing, as well as Hayley Reynolds giving love to Ezra there on the bucket. You'd like that drive and the kick out, attacking that long closeout. Ill-discipline there from Tauihi, but Ezra McGoldrick can't convert her second free throw.
5-point game. There's Thomas, of course. Fighting her way, gets the whistle, gets the bucket. And we'll get to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 38 now for Thomas. And I believe that's the individual scoring record in Tauihi.
Is that right?
I believe so. Tess Madgen's 37, gone.
Oh my goodness. She blows me away every day. All business as well. Just walk straight to the Chemist Warehouse Drive. I'll take this. Thank you very much.
More important matters at hand. Getting the dub. 2-point game. A little over a minute to go. McGoldrick with Tupai's hand up. Hand down, man down, Ezra. A huge couple of possessions from McGoldrick. And it's back out to 5. Thomas now. Can't get the 3 to go. Forbes tidies up.
Look, that would have just been unfair if Thomas had hit that. And Kāhu now really much on the back foot.
Rabati, 36 seconds. A bucket might do it. McGoldrick, corner 3, Rennell. Leaves it short, Thomas with the rebound. They've got to go. They've got to push the pace. Ledger Walker pulls up from 3. Wasn't far away. Rabati with the rebound. That'll do it. They've got a foul here, the Kāhu. They do foul. And Michaela Can will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. I'm going to take a breath. Goodness me. What an exciting, entertaining, enthralling contest we've had down here in the O3.
And I said with about 3 minutes to go that it was going to be execution that mattered the most for both sides. And Pouākai have done just that down the stretch. Isa McGoldrick with some clutch buckets and Michaela Can. Good shooting here from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And defensively have executed to perfection.
86-79, 7 points. BNZ player timeout called. 12.8 seconds to go. And what about Ezra McGoldrick? We've spoken at length about Michaela Can, that lady there on your screen. Amari Thomas, Talia Tupaia, Ezra McGoldrick, a couple of massive plays down the stretch. Here we go, Ledger Walker, oh, Rennell grabs it. And that should ice it, surely now. A sigh of relief around Cowles Stadium, a collective sigh of relief. They got it to 3.
Wow.
What a game. And if this doesn't encourage the sporting public here in Canterbury to come in and get behind this team, I don't know what will. Hayley Rennell makes the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. The Kāhu will drop to 3 and 1. And the Mainland Pouākai will move to 2 and 1. You were telling me earlier, Maya, have never beaten the Kāhu in Tauihi. That ends today in their home gym. What a performance. What a collective effort. The Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai get it done. 88 points to 79. And if you want more of these two teams, well, you've only got to wait 6 days. They're going to go and square off again at Event Finder Stadium in Auckland next Friday night. Our mix and pick pole game MVP goes to Amari Thomas. A sensational performance in a losing side. Let's bring you her stat line. 37 points on 14 of 22 shooting. Perfect at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Go on with 8 rebounds, 4 steals as well, but just not enough. It is the Pouākai's night, and a big part of the Pouākai's performance was Michaela Can. She's standing by with Maya.
Absolute ripper of a game here in Cowles Stadium. What are your immediate thoughts and feelings after that win?
Honestly, just great to get a home win. This is our first game in this building this season, so super glad we could get the win in front of the home fans. The noise was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing atmosphere in here. What do you think worked well for you guys? You know, got very close down the stretch, but were able to execute. What worked well as a whole?
Honestly, just staying at our pace. I think we didn't get rushed. We weren't too phased when they came and they scored on us. We stuck to our rules and just kind of kept chipping away.
Awesome, and you play them again on Friday, so quick turnaround. What are you expecting them to come out with in that game, and what adjustments do you think you can make based on some of the improvements you need to make out of this game?
Yeah, honestly, I think just continuing to focus on ourselves and how we can get better every day. I'm sure they're going to do the same, so he's got to be ready to go and ready for any counters that they throw at us.
Awesome, thanks. Congrats, Mick.
Thoughts there of Michaela Can, who came up big, particularly in that first half. 20 of her 26 points coming into that opening half as Maya, who joins me here in the commentary booth. Well, what a round three it's been, Maya. 92-90, the Queens over the Phi last night. We've been treated to a thriller here in the O3, 88-79 as we go through our stats, courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse. Look at some of these numbers, extraordinary.
I mean, Thomas, you've got to speak about her. She put up points in bunches, 37 points, 63% from the field, 8 of 8 from the free throw, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. She put on an absolute clinic, especially in that tail end, and was just unstoppable. If they had a couple of other pieces get going outside of her, they definitely could have got the win. All love to Ezra McGoldrick and her rebounding efforts, 10 rebounds, and I believe 6 of those on the offensive end. And of course, the name Amari Thomas is up there. Panita Davidson with 7 and Sean Rabadi with 8, who definitely earned herself some, you know, stripes and 300 career points. And Mackenzie Forbes leading the pack in terms of assists. That's 8 for her and 9 for Chloe Fawcett down the stretch. Of course, Michaela Cannon and Crystal Ledger-Walker, the patent facilitators, with their 5 and 4. And some great numbers from the rest of the squad. A little bit of a quiet block party, that's for sure. But we definitely had steals aplenty from both sides. Certainly. You can imagine. Yeah. And there it is, 4 steals from Thomas and 2 apiece for Forbes and McGoldrick, who were all over it. What a team effort it was from the Pouākai today.
Certainly was. They've defended their home court. First time here in season 2024. Once they come back from that trip up to Auckland to face the Kāhu on Friday, they're back here at Cowles Stadium. It's part of the long weekend, Labour weekend, to take on the Southern Hoiho, who are up next as we take a look at the program to come. The Hoiho and the Phi tomorrow down in Dunedin. As mentioned, the Kāhu and the Pouākai. Well, if it was anything like what we've been treated to here this afternoon in game 2 of their matchup for the season, we're in for a real treat. That's at Event Fighters Stadium in Auckland, and then the Phi at home at Taupo Event Centre against the Queens. The crowd get in and amongst, big smile there on the face, as you can imagine, of the Mainland Pouākai coach, Paul Flynn. First win at home, second win of the season. The Pouākai getting the job done, 88 points to 79.